Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.
Welcome to another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. I'm your host, the cultural commentator, Chase the Dark Sage, here with my co-host.
P.
And we're here with another episode of Hip Hop Goodness because this is the hip hop show on YouTube where we actually talk about the music. But before we actually get into it, man, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button and like the video if y'all haven't already. Help support your boys in the algorithm. On today's topics, we will be talking about some new albums that are coming out. The TDE allegations that arose right before the Grammys came out. Two new albums, Mike, Showbiz, The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow, and we have a few discussions with discussing the 67th annual Grammy Awards conversation and the little debacle that top five Troy and Nile Ross, I believe that's his name, Nile
Yeah,
Ross.
Nile Ross. Yeah.
Not really a back and forth, but the response that Nile Ross kind of had to top five Troy's video that he made about, some of the people that was on the GNX album as features. But before we actually get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like I said before, and like the video. Timestamps will be in the description down below in case you can't watch the full show, or if you want to skip to certain parts where, I don't care about this part, but I do care about this part. All that will be in the description down below, as long as the show notes as well. This show is divided up in 4 parts. What we've been jamming, where we talk about some of the music that we recently been listening to, hip hop news, new releases and current events, album reviews, and musical discussions, hip hop discussions, all that type of stuff, right? But as usual, social links will be in the description down below. If you are an up and coming artist and you want us to check out your music, give it a chance, potentially Google link will be in the description down below where you can submit it and we might get to it. It's not a guarantee, but we might get to it. But you also can't be sensitive because we are real, authentic, and raw on here. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because while we are available on all other DSPs, the YouTube is the main hub of Beyond Beats and Culture where we have the exclusive series Let's Have the Conversation by T and the Dark Sages interlude hosted by me where we just talk about a myriad of things within hip hop itself. But before we actually get into the show, B, how have you been since the last episode?
B. I've been a little exhausted, been a little up and down, been a little sad as well, B. I'm gonna start the show off by saying sorry to all the Dallas Maverick fans out there. Luka Doncic is no longer a member or a
Is
citizen
that
of
how
the
you say
Dallas,
his name? I
Texas.
thought it was like Doncic or something like that.
Luka Doncic. That's what I
Oh,
call him.
okay.
Luka Doncic. He is now a Laker. I'm a Laker fan. Right now, this for our future B, this is amazing. Amazing work. But I also have a soft spot because I am a Dallas native. I love Luca being in the city, but it's no longer B. You got to see all the sad faces today. Sometimes I
Mhm.
like to see people sad and I play along with them like, I know, man. You need an arm around your back right now.
Mhm.
Luca didn't have to go. But
So this was a good
like,
thing for you, right?
of
Because
course.
I was looking online and when it all happened, Twitter was in a disarray. And I'm like,
B.
is this good or bad? Like, are y'all happy for this? Because I'm thinking when trades happen, whoever person got traded up or whatever, obviously the person that who got the good person that left, they
Mhm.
sad. But the person who, was with the team that got the good person, they're like, oh yeah. I couldn't tell from how Twitter was that night because I'm like, oh, no one's being clear on like what's exactly happening right now.
Because B, Luka Doncic is a top 5, top 3 NBA player. He
Hmm.
could be number 1 on if he's playing at that level, he's like one of the best in the world.
Hmm.
So if you trade him from you trade him for a top 10 talent like Anthony Davis, and like probably he could be top 10, borderline 11 or whatever, 12.
Hmm.
Whatever, how if he injury prone or whatever. So it was crazy. It's like I saw you put on the timeline like describe it or like have analogy of like
Describe this to
Dragon
me in
Ball
Dragon
Z.
Ball Z terms.
So I'm trying to think like how like it's like Goku, right?
Hmm.
Like, but I'm like, who could you trade? Because like it's no really teams, and
I'm
that's
looking up the
somebody that
I'm looking up the
like
tweet where I said that because one of my homies he actually replied to that.
he gave
Dang, I
you
wish I could find it. He
he
gave me an
gave you a good
analogy for it.
analogy,
Uh-huh. Here it
but
goes right here. He says, "Let me try." He says AD would be like Buu Saga Gohan before going Ultimate. He says
yeah,
super powerful, but may have peaked.
right,
Luca would be Dragon Ball Super Broly, extremely powerful and has the potential to be the greatest. Both are
right,
A1, but Luca is younger. I'm not sure if that explanation works. Shout out to
yeah,
my boy Matrix.
because Luca is 30. I mean, he's 25 years old. Anthony Davis is 31, soon to be 32.
Hmm.
He's a good quality player. Still add, he still adds to your team. but Luka is more for your future. So Dallas don't have a future right now because you
Yeah.
got two aging stars, and Lakers are going out of the LeBron era. He's 40, and then you got Luka Doncic that's 25 that can just shoot to the moon with your franchise. So it's like everybody's like, you just traded away our future.
Hmm.
So that's why it was like one of the biggest, craziest trades in sports history. But
But
sorry,
I guess
Lakers.
why?
I mean,
Because
sorry,
it doesn't.
Mavericks.
Isn't the
Huh?
Lakers up? Ain't the Lakers up on that one though?
Yeah, for them, yeah.
So
But
then
for
why would they
Mavericks, it's
question? So why would the
because
Mavericks do that?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody questioning the Mavericks, like why? So what they're
Oh, so it was the Mavericks'
yeah,
choice to do that.
yeah, it was Mavericks' choice.
See,
So
I don't
everybody
know
like,
anything about basketball, so I'm
yeah,
thinking, oh,
because
maybe he
if
got
you know
bought
you
out
do
or
a
something.
trade, somebody got to agree with it. So B, if I say, hey, bro, I got $1 million, but I'm gonna give you this 1 million for this 500 for 500,000. What you gonna do,
F that.
B?
F
You
that.
gonna give me
No.
you gonna give me 500,000 though,
Yeah.
and I'll give you the million. That's what type of
Yeah.
trade it is technically, because
Someone
it's
said this trade is like if when Griselda trades Bodie James for Lil Uzi Vert.
oh
I
yeah
was
for
like,
Lil
oh,
Uzi
I
Vert like
get it. I was like, Jesus. I mean, I got it with the Broly and Gohan
yeah
analogy. To
yeah
me, that
yeah
perfectly summed it up. 'Cause I'm just like,
yeah
is it that much of a difference between these two? I'm like, wait,
yes
wait. I'm
yes
thinking that the other dude, Anthony Davis, correct? I think his name was like
yeah
what,
yeah
AD?
eight
What
yeah
that's what they call him?
80.
I thought that he was washed or something, the way that people was talking about him.
No, he's really good, but he's
Hmm.
aging. He's
Hmm.
31. He's injury prone. So he's can get hurt. He's getting older, so he's not gonna heal up fast. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? With Luca, 25 to be 26, he's still youthful. You know what I mean? And now he got a chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean?
He with LeBron now, right? And
Yeah.
Bron?
Yeah, and Bronny, you know.
Hey, the three-headed goat. Hey,
But
that's all that the
man,
Lakers need. They don't even need two other people on the field.
yeah,
I mean, well,
on the
on the court.
court. It's
Is
so
that
crazy.
Bronny,
We talking
LeBron?
sports. You know nothing about sports.
I know just a little bit, a
A little
poquito
bit, a
amount.
little
I
bit.
know as
Yeah,
much as I know
poquito,
Spanish. God
poquito.
dang it.
Right on. But what about you, B? How you
Uh,
doing?
I'm trying to see what all I did last week. I did nothing besides make a lot of interludes. Just reviewing some older albums. My Gucci
Mm,
Man, the State versus Roderick Davis vinyl finally came in, and I've been thinking I really want to up my vinyl collection this year. And I was
yeah,
looking online because I was allegedly downloading some mixtapes, and I was going through some of Nipsey's discography and stuff I wanted to download with the actual DJ tags and stuff like that.
right.
And then I saw like a vinyl pop up. I'm thinking it's a mock up, right? And I'm like,
Mm,
oh, that's a pretty cool mock up. But then I saw that it was from the actual store, the Marathon store. And I'm like,
mm.
huh? I clicked the link. He has all of his vinyls on the store. They're
Okay.
each $100, which I'm like, all right,
Whoa.
I'll shill out the money for that over
Yeah.
time, not all at once, obviously.
Mm.
I was like, Jesus, $100 for each vinyl? I'm like, I want them. I'm gonna get them, but geez, that is a steep price.
Don't you have
Asking
them all?
no, 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 no. He put even his mixtapes out on vinyl now.
Oh, the mixtapes as well.
So the
Oh, that's what you were
mixtapes and all
saying.
his other free album slash
Yeah.
vinyls stuff that was never on vinyl, stuff that was never on vinyl when he was
Now
alive
it's
is now on vinyl. And they're out now each
mm.
$100. They come in premium packaging and all that type of stuff.
Are
So
they
finding that
limited?
out, I don't know, but I mean it's
Yeah.
100 a pop. I want to
Yeah.
support Nipsey. That's my boy,
Of
one of my
course.
favorite rappers. So I'm like, okay, I gotta shill out that money if I want
Mm-hmm.
that. So I'm thinking about I have to expand the actual record collection. I have to expand the actual shelf itself. Got to get a new shelf, things like that. And I'm just like, that sounds draining. But yeah, besides all that, what have you been jamming since the last
Not,
episode?
not a damn thing. I know I listen to music, I do this, you know what I mean? I have a whole show dedicated to music. But last week, I was slacking, B. But I listened to one
I'm
album.
noticing.
Huh? You say
I'm
what?
noticing. I'm
Oh, me
noticing.
slacking on my
I'm
music.
noticing. I'm noticing. Just know I'm noticing.
So it's down to one album, bro. I consume so much other content that I'm trying to like down it. I was talking to my girl about that. I'll be like, I feel like not watch, but I listen to mad podcasts. I try to keep up with YouTube shows, and sometimes music go on the back burner. But I listen to one album. This album is about I say it's by a musician. He's actually like he dabbles in like I think neo soul, rock, garage rock, all this type of stuff. He bends these genres. So the album is called Benjamin. That's not even called it. The artist is called Benjamin Booker. The album is called Lower. He haven't released anything since 2017, so this is his first release in almost what? What's that? 8 years?
Yeah, that's a long
Yeah.
time.
And he put out 11 tracks, 42 minutes, and it's called Lower. And I I really enjoyed this. Describing it, it's not hip hop, it's not R&B. This is more of a like more rock influence, but not heavy rock, more alternative, a mixture of like rock elements and soulful elements as well, like bluesy too. And I don't really understand this artist, to be honest with you, because I think I need to do more history. But he has some weird, like, he had a weird title of a track called Rebecca Latimer Felton Takes a BBC. So I'm listening to the song and he's like discussing like this woman, I guess, trying to experiment of cheating, and I guess it's with him. And like he was
Hmm.
just having things talking about like how he know her husband cheats on her and all this type of
Hmm.
stuff. And I'm like, dang, this kind of sounds like beautiful though. I love this instrumentation on here. But he like a song that I really enjoyed though, B has a
Hmm.
wild title too. But it was a dope song. It was a really good. It's called "Slow Dance in a Gay Bar."
Have you ever been to a
This,
gay bar?
nah, I haven't. You
I
have?
have,
You
sadly.
went
Sadly.
with one of your homies?
No. It was with my fiance's brother who was in New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Why you say
Yeah.
sadly? Well, you're a wild boy.
You know why, sadly.
Yeah, yeah. But so this song is so beautiful. Like I had to play it again. I'm like, this is
Did
a
you wish you could
beautiful.
experience it too?
See, now you're trolling. See, now you're trolling now. I'm talking about the music, B. But I would
Sometimes, hey,
love
if the
to.
music is so good, you might want to experience it too. Hey, when I hear Flat Motivation 101, I might want to get on the corner and start selling something. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? I'm just
man, hey,
saying.
that applies to other things. You could be selling do rags.
Slow dance in the game boy. Hey, that
Hey,
not to slow dance with
but
someone else that isn't of your particular taste.
oh my God. But overall, I really enjoyed this album. He touched on different types of topics and things like that. I need more of this. So I listened to it once and like I told you, like the Gay Boy song, I listened to it twice because I'm like, yo, this song is beautiful. But I want to go back and to listen to this joint, man. It made me think like I haven't really been listening to more outside of hip hop as of late. Because usually, I listen to all type of music, and I really haven't been stepping out more. So I think I was like, man, I feel like I'm been pigeonholed, or like I've been in this box for a few months. So I think I'm gonna have to like venture out a little more, man. And the guy that was actually talking about this album on the timeline, I forgot the name of his podcast, but I used to listen to it. But I still follow him, and he always talks about different type of music, and he keeps bringing up this album. And I'm like, let me listen to this album, and I'm like, yo, this is a really good album. It came out last week, I believe. It's a really good album, man. If any of you guys into like blues, rockish, like I guess garage rock, alternative. Benjamin Booker Lower is a really good album. I wish I had more to say about it. I listened to it once and I had a really good experience with it, and something I will return back to. But yeah, B, I'm sorry, man. I listened to one album this like bro, I'm looking, bro. I downloaded the Teddy Swims album. I was gonna jam that, but I didn't get to it.
I have not heard of him until today on Twitter. I did not know that was an actual person.
Oh, you don't know who Teddy Swims is?
Yeah, no,
He
I did
sings.
not
I
know
I,
him.
I found out about him like I think a year and a oh excuse me about a year and a half ago. But he's been making a move. He made some big moves last year and everything. And he also performed at the Grammys as
Mm.
well last night. So, but we'll be talking about that later.
All right.
But yeah,
I got a few albums I listen to. Obviously, there are some of these I actually made Dark Sage interludes too, so make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and like the video. That way y'all can be in touch. But I already made an interlude for the Massacre for its 20-year anniversary since it came out in 2005, and Gucci Mane's The State versus Roderick Davis. The Massacre, just to give a brief summary about it, because I already made an interlude and I don't want to take up too much time here. I thought it was a cool album. I definitely think I overhated it when I was younger, but I will say that it's not the classic that some people think it is. It's very inconsistent in terms of sonics and what 50 Cent wants to be. This is, to me, his pop album. Like, he has
Mm,
better songwriting, but also the album is so inconsistent because at the beginning you want to be a gangster, but then in the middle
mm,
you want to make these club poppy track songs, but at the end you want to make these underdog like I'm a winner tales, and I'm just like, this all
yeah.
don't make sense sonically and cohesively. And then there's just songs on there that, one, this album runs on way too long. I think it's like an hour, 17 minutes. It runs on too long. There were some songs I could have took off there, like Gatman and Robin
Mm.
with Eminem. I could have took that off. Eminem's performance was very corny. Uh, Also, the actual sequencing of the album itself, just a little bit, just a little bit. Very sexy, cool track. But then after that, guns come out. 50. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, it's like, come on, I'm not in the
Yeah.
mood for that right now. So yeah, it was
Hmm.
just in that weird space for 50. Next album, The State versus Roderick Davis by Gucci Man. I listened to that for its 15-year anniversary because I did just recently get the vinyl in. It's not the greatest of Gucci projects. It's still a really solid body of work, especially one that I jammed a lot back in high school and middle school. I love this project. I'm a huge Gucci Man fan, one of my favorite rappers. And to hear it again, I'm just like, whoa, this brings back so many memories. But there's also this quality of Gucci that I love.
Lemonade on that one,
Oh,
right? Yeah.
Lemonade, Bingo, Wasted, all
Yeah,
those tracks
wasted.
are
Yeah.
on there. So yeah, to me, this is like
Mm.
probably one of Gucci Man's bigger projects that like people will know because of those bigger hits right there.
Mhm.
And the last older hip hop album that I might do an interlude on, but I'm not sure. Chamillionaire's Ultimate Victory. Recently went back to that, and I was just like, man, I just wanted to listen to like another Chamillionaire body of work that was an album. I'm just like, dang, like Ultimate Victory was good. It runs on a bit too long, and I'm like, okay, there's some songs I definitely would have chopped off, but Chamillionaire gave a really good rapping performance on this album. Also, yeah,
I
just
hate
want to
that
shout.
cover.
I thought the cover was cool. I think Chameleon was also one of those artists that he kind of strayed away from the Houston sound itself because this album isn't too Houston. Like, he doesn't lose his essence, but is not relying on the actual Houston sounds and him being from Houston. So yeah, that's something I do respect from that album. But the projects that I have not listened to that I got into this weekend or this last week, I mean, Joe's All That I Am. This is Joe's debut album. It's an R&B album. I said it
Mhm.
on Twitter. Them first four tracks,
Crazy
that's like
B.
goated Hall of Fame. Because everything your man won't do, to Love Scene, then the Don't Want to Be a Player No More, then the Good Girls. I'm like, oh my god,
He got
there's
I don't want to
never.
be a player no more on there.
I was like, Jesus, those first four tracks on that album, you could have stopped it right there. That would have been the greatest album of all time in R&B. Like, what are we doing right now? There is no R&B album that has a run like that. I'm like, geez. I'm like, Joe, you was on one. The rest of the album is good and it's cool too. There was some tracks I'm like, all right, the beat is kind of in me, but overall, Joe is a great singer. So he's bodying all these tracks right here. But like I said, them first four tracks, they really got you, boy. But in turn, another album that I had never listened to, but I listened to this weekend. And this was because some of the older heads on my timeline, they were doing like a spaces on this album for a 20-year anniversary, and I never listened to it. I never got into the group. The Locks, We Are the Streets. I know who the Locks is, but I just never got into them. They was never my cup of tea. And after
Yeah.
listening to this album, I'm like, okay, I understand why I did not get into them. They are still not my cup of tea. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, they all rap well, but it's that production that they're behind. And this was back then, so it kind of drags a bit too. And they have enough charisma and they have enough character to each of them to make them each stand out differently. I know some people, I guess, would crap on like Chic Luch, which I'm like, okay, I didn't have a problem with Chic Luch on here.
Mhm.
It's just that the actual structuring of the songs just ran on a bit too long. I wasn't a fan of a Swizz Beats production either. So yeah, there's just some things where I'm just like,
B.
hmm.
I understand. I think like a lot of people that really love that, those something that kind of can, because there's tracks on there that's dope, but it's never a really dope cohesive piece of work from like them guys like that because
Mhm.
of production choices. Remember, I talked about it with the whole like Jadakiss album, and I was talking about Styles P album. I think on here, it's just some about it is like it throws me off. Like, why did you go this direction? But I know it was a weird time, bro. It's a weird
And
time.
plus, this is a time where you want to get the mainstream appeal too, to a certain degree. But
Yeah.
also on this album, they was making like disses to like I guess they was under Diddy Bad Boy at one
Hmm.
point,
Hmm.
and so they was making disses and little slight jabs to that, in the skits. And you know, the rapping is cool. It's just that production I just could not get down with, and it just made the album feel longer than what it actually should have been
It
itself. So
drags. It makes it feel like a chore because you're like, I'm not having fun with these beats. B, I went through it. I love the locks though. I still love them though.
I
As
think
like
I love them
what they are.
separately when they do
More you
other
like,
stuff. Like I love Styles P with Rick Ross. Like besides
yeah.
VMF, like some of the stuff that he was on Rich Forever, and I think the Albert Anastasia EP, I love that stuff. Like I just love when she luches with someone like a Rick Ross like that.
They
Jadakiss,
do.
I love him as a rapper too, but it's just I don't know. There's just nothing that really makes me stick with that album right
It
there.
is crazy how like they are like amazing, especially Jada and Styles, either together or on like features. Like they kill. Like they'll have like, oh, Jada had the best feature. Oh, Styles had the best feature. Like the
But
best verse.
sometimes I think the thing is they work better in features because they don't have to construct the whole song themselves. They just got to come in. You get what I'm
I
saying?
kind
Like
of
they ain't
I
got to
kind of
they ain't got
blame
to
it
use
on
the
who they
beat.
was around that time with Swizz Beats and stuff. And
Oh,
then I don't
Swiss Beats,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually got to blame Swiss Beats too because I was going through some Gucci Man stuff, and I went to a Gucci Man song that was produced by Swiss Beats, and that Swiss Beats basically like produced like you know not just oh made the beat, no he
Yeah, he
produced it,
actually supposed to,
yeah
yeah.
like he was on the ad libs and everything, and I'm just like I remember this Swiss Beats. I should curse you for this because
Yeah,
even
bro.
Gucci Man said yo Swiss Beats trying to make me like Ti, bring him out. I ain't Ti.
I ain't T.I.
Yeah, and I'm just
Mm-mm.
like, ugh, like I remember that. It's Gucci time. I'm just like, ooh, I'm like, kind of cringe.
It's like why are you doing it? I hate when Swizz do that, bro. I hate when you do that.
The only time I really liked him was when he was with Cassidy, like with the drink and my two step and all that. That's the only time I liked him. That's
Baby, wanna come to my hotel?
only time, only time. But in terms of new releases, I feel like I had way more new releases that I listened to. Oh, but I did have some singles that I forgot to actually rate on my app. But in terms of like other albums I listened to, EST Gee, I Ain't Feeling You. This is my first time hearing a whole project by EST Gee. Um, it's all right. I mean, it's raccoon music, if you get what I'm saying. It's raccoon music. There was one song he sampled Duffel Bag Boys by Play a Circle.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Really bad sample. Well, bad use of that sample. There was another song on here that he had like a Boss Man D'Lo beat. It had Travis Scott and Lil Baby on there, and I'm like, I wish you would have got D'Lo on here because he would have literally been perfect on here. But
Doom,
ESTG,
doom, doom, doom.
yeah, it's one of them type of
Yeah,
beats. Like, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm like ESTG, go get Boss Man. What are you doing right here? Why are you getting
yeah.
Travis Scott and Lil Baby for a feature on this? Like, Lil Baby, he did all right on there. Travis Scott, I'm just like, he sticks out like a sore thumb on this type of production right here. But overall, I get it's like a 2 out of 5. The beats were banging. It was just ESCG. He doesn't draw me in to his
Mhm.
like persona, to his character as a rapper. He does not bring me in as well, at all. I mean, so yeah, it was just kind of boring lyrically because I'm just like, you're not really doing anything to amaze me. You're not saying anything funny or entertaining. You're not having no witty bars. I'm just like, oh, okay, like you kind of spitting right now. He
Mhm.
didn't have nothing like that for me. Then the last project I listened to, Madvillains, Madvillainy demos. I had to listen to this because I was like, you know what? We've been on the whole MF Doom kick last year. We did 3 album reviews. Let me go ahead and listen to this and go ahead support. I'm just glad to see Madlib willing to put this out and MF Doom's estate, being cool with putting this
Mhm.
out because this are demos. This is unfinished stuff. Some of the stuff is a mix. You can see where some of the ideas were going or where some of the ideas was had for some of the stuff off of Madvillain. Obviously, a legendary project. If you haven't seen our review, go check it out. Uh, there was just some stuff on there. I'm like, that was an interesting, different type of beat on this. And I was listening to this album, and I'm gonna refer to it later on when we do our mic review. But yeah, I was just like, huh. I'm like, this didn't click with me before, but I'm like, okay, now this is clicking with me, especially when I went to listen to the Mike album. But yeah, overall, I gave it a 3 out of 5 because obviously it's unfinished, so I'm not going to grade it horribly. But MF Doom is spitting as usual. Some of the beat selections and choices were different. Obviously, it wasn't mixed all the way as
Mhm.
a usual album like that would. But it made me appreciate like how well mixed Madvillainy is because I know we don't talk about mixing a lot. We don't talk about the chord progressions and all that type of stuff be over here. But just listening to the mixing and just like hearing it, I'm just like, MF Doom sounded really good. Everything was like leveled out really well. It's like there was no times where I was just like, that was kind of unclear to me. Because listening to
Right.
some of these demos right here, I'm just like, I'm like, I could barely hear what happening on here. But on the actual Mad Villainy album itself, I'm just like, dang. It makes me appreciate like what actually goes into this artistry, be like I said, chord progression, synths, just original samples that no one else has done before. It just makes me appreciate those type of things in this music right here. So yeah, the Mad Villainy demos,
Yeah, and
like
this
I was
music.
a little I
Mike
think,
make you Mike make you feel the same way because yeah
yeah.
he samples much better.
But overall, I just thought it was a cool little nod and something for the fans who love like the Madvillain duo. And obviously, we don't have nothing new coming out anytime soon that we know of. So
Yeah.
I thought that it was dope, and I just wanted to, check it out, and I wanted to support as much as I could. So yeah, Madvillain demos, that was dope. And I think the last few things I have to talk about is just like two singles. I listened to Punky the singer, who is, I don't know if I talked about her on here before, but she's someone who I followed on Twitter. She follows me back as well. R&B singer. And she puts out music sparingly. I don't think all her projects are on Spotify or all streaming services. And so I checked it out because she's been hyping this one up, and I was like, all right, cool, let me listen to it.
Mhm.
Vocally, she's all right. There's nothing where I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna complain about. The song is cool too. I like the song. I like the production. The only problem I have is with, I think I want to say like her mixing or her vocal layering. Layering. I hope I said that right.
Mhm.
Because there was some parts where it's like, when singers do the ad lib, like at times when she was doing the ad lib or the second track, to kind of like do the ad libs on top of
Mhm.
the main track, it was clashing with what she was actually saying on the main track. And I'm like, okay, I can't hear what you're saying on the ad lib nor on the main track. I'm
Was that
like, so this is,
intentionally?
I don't know. But then I
Because I
went to
don't think he
another
was
of her
just.
tracks and she did the same thing. And I'm like, oh, so you just do this. And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, this doesn't sound sonically pleasing, especially with me when it's R&B. You got to have it loud because sometimes you
Mhm.
want to think that you could sing it too as well. I can't, but I like to imagine. But yeah, there was just some points I'm just like, like I'm like, it's clashing and I don't like the clash. Like, if you're gonna have an ad lib or if you're gonna do like the second layer of singing where you do the longer version of what you're saying, either have it subtling or have it like really match the pace of what you're saying in that main track. I don't know how to say it, but I'm hope I'm saying or describing it correctly because it just threw me off and it was just like, ugh. And like I said, I
Is
heard
it
it in
like
another
vocal
track.
stacking or something like that?
Yeah, that's what it's called. But I like to
Yeah.
call, I don't know what to call it, like the second track or the third track.
Hmm.
You got the main track where you got the
Yeah, I
hook.
know.
Yeah. And then you got the
Hmm.
second track. Like I said, I don't know the terms. I'm not a producer. I'm not a mixer. I'm not an engineer. But the way it sounds, like I could tell from, yeah, I know you are. But from me editing, I could do that type of stuff. So like the
Yeah.
second layer of vocals, I'm like, it's clashing with that first one. So I'm
Hmm.
just like, oh, this isn't really,
Hit it.
it's
Yeah.
clashing. Yes, it wasn't hidden for me. But then last track I got to talk about,
Pink
uh,
dreads. Nah, you still
no,
listening to it?
when it comes on the playlist, like I can't turn it off. But no, shout out to Dom from Potty Mouth. I listened to his new
Mhm.
single that he put out, Street Sweeper. Ding. We make it hard to hate, but I make it hard to love. Hey, what did he say? He said, Unc in bed by 6 p.m. Niggas get paid by CPM. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, where the Street Sweeper at? Hold on. I was
Yeah,
jamming. That
yeah,
song I've had
Dom.
on repeat. I don't know what it is. When you
Yeah.
hear like a person that does YouTube raps, I'm like,
Hmm.
kind of cringe. We're already familiar with Dom. We already reviewed one of
Yeah.
his projects. Go check it out. But Dom to me just knows how to actually make good
Yeah.
sounding music. That's the thing about
Dom
Dom.
hilarious, bro.
He is. He's hilarious. And then it's funny because he previewed this song on TikTok and he was saying something about how he's Unc and how he's a podcast or whatever. And he previewed the song. I'm like, wait, I never heard this song. So then when
Yeah.
I hear the actual song, because Spotify notified me, which good job, Spotify. I like that you did
Hmm.
that. I had to post it on my Twitter and share it to give my boy some love because he did
Hmm.
an actual good sounding song. He knew how to make the hook. He knew how to make a good sounding verse.
Hmm.
He knows how to flow. That
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, see, yeah, I'm like, okay, dog, you're getting me
He,
hype right now.
I was I popped into his live stream earlier today. When I
Mhm.
made it home, I just threw it on when I for the start, and he was like Drake stepping on his release. He's dropping on the 14th. I was
Hey,
like,
he
oh no,
knew. They
homie.
must. Hey,
I say,
I'm
homie,
sorry,
funny.
Dom. I hit Drake
He
up. I was
said,
like, yo,
yeah.
Dom
He
talking?
said, if they listen to me, they listen to me. You know, they have to listen to Drake. You know what I'm saying? It's like he baby Drake or something. Like people that listen to me listen to Drake. I was like, yo, this dude's wilding, bro.
Hey,
But
man.
I might have to check it out, bro.
Yeah, it's a nice little fun, catchy track, man. It definitely gets a little bump in the whip. Like I said, what do you say? He said Negroes get paid by CPM. He said some Negroes lie. I leak DMs. I'm like,
He had
he said Uncle in bed by 6 p.m.
he had one line. I mean, he had one song that was like an earworm to me. Off that one project we reviewed, and he was like, "I hope I make it out." That's just was just in my head every
Oh, is
time,
that the
bro.
one with the little drill beat or the
Little
one with the
belt,
R&B
yeah, the little
sample
drill
in there?
beat,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's the one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that
Hey,
joint. That joint was stuck in my head for one point. I think he got some, man. He got charisma.
Yeah, I think
He
Dom,
getting
if he really sat down, I want to see if they'll ever make like a potty mouth compilation album. Like I know I talked about it in a Dark Sage interlude about how there's
yeah.
no like hip hop collectors anymore. But I wonder if
Hmm.
there will ever be like a potty mouth like album or a potty mouth mixtape where a lot of the members of Potty Mouth that make music, they come together and make an album together. I don't know,
Yeah.
Dom. You could use that idea. Maybe you don't want to.
Hey,
Maybe everybody else in Potty Mouth trash. I don't know. You let me know though. So yeah. It was just a pretty fun song. I liked it. Check out Street Sweeper by Dom Sharp. So yeah.
sir. Shout out
But
to
yeah.
Dom.
Yeah, shout out to Dom, shout out to Potty Mouth. But yeah, that's about it for all the music that I've been jamming. I didn't want to go too long because my co-host
Mhm.
he didn't listen to anything and
Bro,
I didn't
I'm
want to talk
sorry,
y'all's ear
B.
off with that. Nah, y'all all
Hey,
good, B. Y'all good.
hey, bro, hey, this dad life, bro. Being a family man, your wife be complaining all the time. Can't do this, can't do that. You don't understand. One day you're gonna understand, B.
Nah,
They get in the way of, hey, B.
content and the purpose comes first
Like
or
they said, it's
second.
like don't let your wife get in the way of like finding the love of your life or
Hmm. Look,
or
y'all
your
see how he's
dreams.
looking to the side? Hey, blink twice if you're safe.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good.
But
But
yeah, but let us know what y'all been jamming down in the comment section down below. But yeah, not let's talk. Jesus, I was a tongue twister right now. I'm reading a bunch right now on my screens. But let's go ahead and get into some of the news section of the actual show right here, where we talk about new releases of music and current events. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the new music that's supposed to be released and coming out. Larry June, Two Chains, and The Alchemist are supposed to be coming out with a collab album. This is coming off of their single that they put out last week as well. Life is Beautiful, coming out February 7th. So
and
I
that's
guess this week.
coming this week. So that was
Mm,
gonna be something I forgot to put in, but I knew. Just
Yeah,
yeah.
I was just reading it because I put it in there, when it
Yeah, I
first got
see you
released.
put it in there, and I was like, I was gonna move it down to
Hmm.
the albums that's dropping this week,
Yeah.
but I didn't do that.
But next thing that we have, Madlib and MF Doom. I already talked about in what we've been jamming. The Madvillainy demos, which came out January 31st. If you
Mhm.
are MF Doom fan, Madlib fan, go ahead check that out. Young Blue, What Makes Us Human, February 14th, coming out Valentine's Day. Drake is supposed to be coming out too, so go ahead and move that. Move
Hey,
that.
he probably will.
Move that.
He probably will move that for real, for
Move that.
real.
Next person, Westside Gun 12, Dump. February 14th as well.
14.
Move
He's not
that.
gonna move it. He don't have to move it.
No, he don't have to. Go ahead and move that. Move that.
Hold up, B. We gotta hold up. I gotta add one more album in there for
I can't see on my end because I'm not.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you good, you good. I'm gonna add it
Okay.
on here. But no,
Next
you good. You
person, Young Fazo, Zoe, February 7th as well. Oh, that comes out this week. I have no opinion on that because I'm not too familiar with Young Fazo. So yeah, I'm not
I
too
don't even
sure.
know who that is.
Okay. Next piece of news, well, new releases. Will Smith, based on a true story, and it's rumored to be dropping in March. I was looking some stuff up about this. I didn't listen to a single that he has with Big Sean, but I was like, okay, let me see what's happening with Will Smith. I saw that, he's supposed to be dropping an album this year, especially with all the singles he's been dropping, like the one that he came off of with that, I think was the BET Award show, the one with Big Sean, the one with Jordan Lucas. Hey, B, is
Yeah.
Will Smith doing the proper thing by having a nice little rollout coming out with all this?
No. He needs to stick to movies. Bro, I am not listening to that song. I'm scared. Big Sean and Will Smith together. You got Will Smith in his biggest corniest phase. You got Big Sean that's like been corny for forever. I'm good. I'm not trying to hear Big Sean out rap Will Smith and also at the same time be whack. I don't know.
Dang. You saying
Dang,
they're going
let me
corn for
rephrase
corn?
that.
They're going corn for
I'm not trying to say
corn
you was
kernel for
whack, Sean.
corn
My
kernel?
bad. Corn on the cob. Like, nah. I don't want them to
Uh,
have a corn off, B.
Ew, that sounds nasty. That sounds like it could have been something else. I'm gonna keep going now. Next piece of new music releases we have Kanye West's Bully supposed to be coming out June 15th from his own mouth. It confirms that there is going to be AI and it's going to be aiding him just like autotune. B, how do we feel about Kanye West, the GOAT at one point, kind of been washed now, but the GOAT at one point using AI in his music? How do we feel about that?
I think this is gonna gradually happen throughout time, bro. It's just how it is. Innovation, it's gonna leak into all these industries. So I don't feel none. I don't feel bad about it because it's something we can't stop. Everybody gonna have a different outlook on things. Can't please everybody. So it is what it is. And one thing about Kanye, he's gonna be honest with you. I
Yeah,
don't think is
sometimes he's
Kanye a
honestly.
liar, bro? Because he just tells you his unfiltered truth. Like you saw, he just went off on Don Lemon on IG, called him a raccoon.
No, I didn't see that. I saw that he called him out. I didn't see that he called him that.
Yeah, he
But
called
then
him a
again,
raccoon.
his whole little Twitter rant that he went on this weekend, jeez.
Goaded. Bro, all that happened on the second of Saturday, bro, was wild. Beyonce announced a tour. We're gonna talk about that, but
Yeah,
Kanye Twitter rant was wild.
yeah. Especially the things he was saying about Amala Saris, if you got what I
Man,
mean.
hey, could I repeat one thing he said? It was hilarious.
Go ahead.
He said, I used to wanna smash Kamala Harris, but she lost. I don't smash losers.
Yeah, he was wild for that. I'm like, that's disrespectful. And what about your wife?
Yeah, bro. He made her his screensaver at one point. I mean, his profile pic.
Oh, she's still not that anymore.
Nah, it's just all white, I believe, right? Or is it
I
back?
don't
Yeah.
know. Oh.
Ye's a goat. I'm sorry.
I mean, he is the GOAT, but Jesus, just the
And
downfall
he,
from grace.
yeah, his tweets are hilarious.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, I got Twitter back," and he just started going crazy.
Yeah.
But speaking of Kanye, Ty Dolla Sign confirms that Vultures 3 is 85 to 90% done. B, should we continue the trilogy and review the third one when it comes out?
Bro,
B, is Vultures 1 our first review on the channel?
I think so. It was our first review.
We have to finish it out, B.
Oh my God.
We have to finish the
Hey,
trilogy.
I'm at a 85 to 90% that I don't want to finish it out.
Oh, I think you about to say 85 to 90% done with actually listening to them. Oh man. Doechii, she put out a new song in honor of her winning album of the year or rap album of the year at the Grammys. So that's
Yeah.
dope. I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but
I listen to it. It's
it's good.
just
What's the 4-on-1?
it's not good. It's just like it's like a freestyle. She was just like, they would say, what would I do if I would have lost? I guess we'll never know. The whole Kanye thing. And then she kind of had like this Nicki Minaj impression in it. It's nothing to re-listen to. You listen to it once, you never go back to that song. You will never go back. It was just for that moment.
Hmm.
Congratulations to her, but it was not a good song.
We'll talk about all of that later. Grammy
Yeah.
talk. And last piece of music news. Drake and Party Next Door. Some sexy songs for you. Whoa! B, are we actually going to be talking about new Drake music soon? This is going to be
We
crazy.
will. We will be talking about new Drake and new Party as well.
Yeah, well,
But
we
you
already talked
excited?
about New Party before.
Oh yeah,
So
we did last year.
mhm.
But you ready?
Oh yeah, of course. But I gotta see what bag Drake is in, and I'm really surprised that he's releasing this, especially with his ongoing feud with UMG currently. 'Cause I'm just
Yeah.
like, if you release this, won't just be releasing to them. But I'm pretty sure, based off of what I've learned from Chamillionaire's little label disputes, because he already recorded the music under that label while he was with them, he has to put it out under that label. But if he becomes independent, he can't put that music out again. From what
Mm-mm.
I know, the game could have been changed since then. But yeah.
That's
Uh,
true.
I'm really curious to see how long this project is. Hopefully, it isn't too long because these guys definitely could drag it out when it comes to some of their projects. Like I said, some of their chemistry sometimes doesn't hit for me all the way. Usually, if it's a Party Next Door song featuring Drake, I'm all the way there. If it's Drake featuring Party Next Door, I'm kind of hesitant on it. But yeah,
I
I'm
think
hoping that this is good.
I think it's gonna be more of a party. I think it's more of a party vibe featuring Lil Drake. It's gonna be like a Ghostface Killer,
Featuring.
Raekwon,
So
Ghostface.
basically, it's
Yeah,
gonna be like What a Time to Be Alive with Future featuring Drake.
yeah, but I think it's gonna be more party than Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
Valentine's Day date and stuff might play it, see how it sounds, but it don't move me. I'm not excited.
I'm excited to actually be able to talk about some new Drake music instead of just Drake
Mm,
hate, since
yeah,
we're Drake Glazers based off of our one video.
and they just don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Uh,
close to a Drake Glazer.
I mean, I consider myself one, but I don't think I'm
Yeah.
like literally one because there's just
Mm-mm.
sometimes, like I just said, when it's Drake featuring Party, when it's Party featuring Drake, oh, I'm there, baby. Yes, sir. Party actually, I mean, Drake wasn't on Party's last project, I don't think. But B, you said you had one more thing that dropped.
Oh no, it's gonna. I dropped it down to the when we gonna talk about the album dropping this week.
Okay, but yeah,
Oh
we're
yeah.
good with the stuff that is coming out. B, what's coming out this week?
So we discussed the Larry June, Two Chains, and The Alchemist, but B, allegedly, we got a Tiger release.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We actually talked about that before on the channel.
Hey,
NSFW,
N
correct?
NSFW,
Yeah, not suitable for work.
not safe for work.
Oh yeah, not safe for work. That's what it is. Ain't Wayne on there? Doesn't Wayne have
I
a
don't
feature on
know,
there?
but this man's disgusting.
Why? Have you seen the
What is
cover?
no? What he's gonna do, B? We know he's known to do things that's not safe for work.
Yeah.
We
Didn't he
know
have an
for him to do
OnlyFans at one
things.
point?
Yeah, he had an OnlyFans. He had a.
And he
I
had
remember he
music
put out a
videos
porn.
on
He had a
OnlyFans.
Rack City porn. Uh, yeah, I remember
Go,
that.
go.
Yeah, he had some joints on there. I remember. And you know what he did that was nasty. That wasn't for work. That wasn't for the states.
Oh, that wasn't for the law, for the
It
legal,
wasn't
for
for
the
the law
legal
at
side
all.
of
Bro
it.
broke bro broke
Hey,
the law.
she might be young when she stipulated. Hey,
Stipulated,
what
you
did
know what I'm
Kanye say?
saying?
She red carpeted that.
Got him while she was young.
He saw the potential. B.
He saw the potential early. But
Facts.
man, I remember when Tyga had like a was going on a run like mixtape wise, bro. Like he was
hmm
killing it with the Well Done
on
series.
with the well done, he had the hits
Mhm.
Rack City. Then he kind of died a bit.
Yeah.
No, he had the whole
Uh-huh.
little Kylie thing. I mean, or was it? Is it Kylie? Is that the one?
Yeah, her name Kylie Jenner.
Okay, because I know there's like a few of them. Then after that blew over, he came back out with Taste. I'm like, all right, with Offset, which is a really good
Yeah.
song. I think the song just went platinum or diamond recently a few months ago. So yeah,
Oh, for real?
yeah,
But
Tiger
hey,
coming back in the mainstream. I mean, I
excuse me.
don't know all what he's gonna do, but I'm hoping this isn't like some. I just hoping this isn't some like lover boy type stuff.
There's gonna be
It's just
some
like
nasty
underperforming.
music.
Oh,
He's
of
gonna be
course.
nasty.
You think we might need that Cash Cobain feature on there?
No, I don't need two horny men in the same room. I don't know what happened.
Hey, we might get a little Plies on there. I wanted to put a tweet out this week saying, "Hey, Plies walk so Cash Cobain can run," because they
Plies
both
was
some
just
nasty
Plies
Negroes.
used to be so disgusting, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
disgusting. How you gonna be that nasty looking like Kirk Franklin, bro? B, what was wrong with this man?
Oh my
Just being
god.
disgusted.
Oh
If I
man.
suck on that, let it get. I'm like, all right, come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Get that out
Can't
of
even
here.
repeat those lyrics.
But B, is there any other stuff that's coming out this week?
Nah, that's it. That's it, man.
All right, that's about it for the new music releases and announcements and stuff that has released. Let us know what you're looking forward to down in the comment section down below. But let's go ahead and get into the hip hop news and current events. First thing on the docket, we got to talk about it. Everybody else has talked about it. And B, we'll be Kendrick Glazers if we don't talk about it. TDE and those nasty allegations that they were alleged of
Yeah,
last week. Crazy
yeah.
stuff. I watched Top Five Choi's video on it of him reading down the breakdown on it or whatever because I didn't have
On the
time to
civil
really
suit.
listen. Yeah.
Mhm.
Allegedly, this is all allegedly because we don't know. We don't have any proof of anything, even though everybody this week was fighting. Well, this weekend.
Mhm.
Supposedly they gave some people that worked with them drinks. They were underage, drinking legal age wise. Uh, sexual misconduct, yada yada. Woo, 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 woo. I didn't read it, the whole thing, like I said. It was just some nasty stuff, and from what I heard, it just wasn't good.
Yeah, it was
How do you
like,
feel?
it's just stuff that happens, bro. They saying it's like a little smear campaign. It's all two. It's supposed to be like two employees with them. They named them. They named the guys, and they actually named the women.
Hmm.
The lawyer did. But they were just saying how they gave him underage drinks. I think it was like, I mean, they gave him some drinks that were underage. One was like 20 something. And they friends with one of the artists. That's why they was around them. And
Which
they
was
like
artist
trying to,
A or something like that, right?
yeah, which is, I think that one chick, but I ain't gonna say it.
People were saying that it was
Yeah, they
Alameda
think it's,
because it started with
yeah,
A. I don't think it was her,
yeah.
but yeah,
I think they linked it to
off of
some, like where the friends was from and kind of linked to where she is from. So I think that's
oh,
how they linked
okay,
it. But they actually named them. They named the girls. The
okay, cool.
lawyer
That's
did. He didn't care. But they trying to get like 48 million because they was like, oh,
yeah,
they was supposed to give us 10% of management with this artist and they didn't do that. So they was trying to sue him for that. And they named one guy that was trying to do like sexual advances with him and like rubbed his, his joint to her butt cheeks or whatever. Stuff like just nasty stuff. But yeah, the whole thing is like we have this whole Kendrick and Drake thing, and they trying to link. Like Kendrick has nothing to do with this. Like,
Yeah, I hate them articles that are putting Kendrick in this. And then
yeah,
the nastiest part is when the Drake stands or the Kendrick
yeah,
haters, they're all like, but Kendrick owns a percentage of TDE. And I'm just like,
yeah,
it literally says the TDE bosses. It even says, I
yeah,
think, the people that was involved in the situation. Kendrick has nothing to do with this. Why are
yeah.
we linking Kendrick to this? I'm like,
Hey, Top Dog
that's
has
why,
nothing to do with this.
and I
It's just
said
some.
this
It's some
weekend,
other employees. It's like two other guys.
yeah, Top Dog nor Punch has anything to do
Yeah,
with
they had
this.
nothing to do with this.
And so this whole weekend was just getting nasty. Like, I get it. Y'all want to get y'all gets back, which y'all
Yeah,
shouldn't be trying to do anyways. No one cares about the victims. No one cared about that.
nobody
But it's
cared,
just,
bro.
hey, those
Oh,
guys,
damn,
something happened with them. You're not going to report
bro.
on that?
Even the Kendrick fans, I got blocked from a Kendrick fan because they was like, "Oh,
Stan,
it's PG, it's PG Lang anyways." I'm
he was
like,
just talking about
what? That
TDE a
I
few
was
days
like,
ago.
now it's PG Lang. I'm like, that what did that mean? Like, you just totally forget about the label just because these allegations. You don't know if this stuff true. Like, come on,
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people are weird.
I said it this weekend. I wish Kendrick wouldn't have used that pedo angle in Not Like Us because both of these fan bases have just gotten so annoying. I'm just
I don't
like,
even think the
God.
angle had anything to do with it. B. Regardless, they were gonna be disgusting.
Well, I think the thing is with the pedo allegations, a whole bunch of nasty allegations are getting
B.
thrown on
B.
both sides.
B. Before the before Kendrick said anything, what was people saying on the timelines? Drake's a nasty man.
Yeah, but
They was
also,
showing up all those videos.
well, B, from our video of us saying the Drake hates force, apparently not many people knew about it. So that means that technically, if that angle would have never got brought up, that means that people would have known about it. That's what the people were saying in
People
our
been
comments.
yeah, because people been saying it. Even Drake brought it up. like I
But
don't
B,
like
the people in our comments said that nobody really knew about that until Kendrick brought it up in those tracks. That's what they said in
bro.
the comment section, B.
People crazy, bro.
They also said that we're nasty because we still listen to R. Kelly. If he would have come
Yeah,
on. Yeah,
yeah. I'm
shut
not
up.
gonna change that. I don't go and click R. Kelly and play him, but if it's some drop, like, hey, if Step in the Name of Love, come on. I'm stepping in the name of love.
I'm getting down.
Hey, usually I don't do this on the remix, but
Exactly. Hey,
I
he
ain't
wanted to
trying to
do it.
be cool.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's very nasty. Like I said, I'm not too informed in it because stuff was updating over the weekend. I think
Hmm.
Top Dog had some statement that came out as well, which I don't have on my notes. But yeah, it's just nasty that I really mainly want to talk about. First of all, I hope that this didn't happen because that means that there would have had to
Yeah.
been a victim of this. I do want to acknowledge that right now. I wish that this wouldn't have happened, but also if this didn't happen and the alleged victims were lying, I think that they need to suffer repercussions as well. I do want to say that
Hmm.
right now. Just because whatever happens in the court system does not prove or deny anything. And let's be real. Look at the George Foreman case or whatever. That's what's called, right? George
Who?
Zimmerman. Zimmerman. That's what it.
George Zimmer. Yeah.
Yeah. We obviously know that the court system is not always reliable.
Oh no.
But yeah, some people think, oh, because the court system ruled it, that means it's good. Like, no. But yeah, I hope the truth comes to light, and I'm hoping there was no victims. I'm gonna say that right
Yeah.
now. And everybody that's trying to use this as a gotcha moment is being nasty. I'm gonna just say
B.
that
They
right.
they disgusting. B.
They're just mudslinging over there. Like it's not even fun to
Hmm.
talk about hip hop anymore because these people have just made it about mudslinging instead of actually talking
Hmm.
about the music, which we usually do over here. But yeah, you got any more things to say about that subject specifically?
Now I just hope if it's victims there, they get their justice, and if it's not, TD get their justice, and get this smear. Or if it's a smear campaign, you know what I mean, get this cleaned up. You know what I mean. So
Yeah. Sadly, this type of stuff always is gonna stain your
hey,
legacy
B,
later
what I
on.
told you in the beginning, I said it's gonna be the year of the lawsuits. B,
Yeah,
it's
you
gonna be
did
a
say that.
lot of lawsuits.
You did say that. Next
Hmm.
piece of news because we had something nasty. I want to put something good. Jay Prince and the Rap A Lot team gave away tents to the homeless in Houston. They went to the trenches and they
Hmm.
went to some parts that the homeless people were at and just handed out some tents. And I thought that was pretty cool. I just wanted to put that in there, shine some light because people don't really want to shine a light on stuff that people do that's good. So I just wanted to do that.
Yeah,
Next piece of news we got. Oh, I thought you said yuck. Next piece of
nah.
news is Weeknd and Playboy Cardi announced a stadium tour after hours till dawn. B, you said that you were a huge Weeknd fan. This is his last hoorah. You said you wanted to
Mhm.
go and see it.
I actually asked my girl, because she liked the weekend. I like, you want to go to the weekend show? She was like, that'd be fun. Oh no, I might do it, B. I
Yeah,
never, I, I never really been to concerts before.
you haven't been to one.
I'm, I've been to like shows, but like never like a big concert, like a stadium concert, seeing a big artist. Never.
Mm,
But I seen like, little hole in the walls and stuff like that. Been
okay.
behind the scenes,
Okay.
backstages and stuff like that. I know a few people.
You're connected like that, huh?
I'm a look.
uh, but yeah, I'm probably not going. I like Weekend, but I don't like Weekend like that. But Playboy Cardi's supposed to be there, so this is gonna be a very interesting stadium tour. Next piece of news we got Nipsey Hussle is supposedly getting a 9 episode documentary this year, along with some more unreleased music getting released to us. This comes from Black Sam, and he had an interview on the Hip Hop Museum, and I just thought I'd note that because Nipsey Hussle is one of my favorite artists, and I'm glad to see more Nipsey Hussle content coming out.
That's pretty
Nipsey
dope.
Hussle is definitely someone who inspired me and who got me through a lot of my college years. So yeah, I definitely wanted to put that in there and thought that's something dope, and maybe we could touch upon it when it does come out. I'll watch it, maybe give a little review in it. I don't know. Next week's news we got Beyonce, the queen herself, announces her Cowboy Carter tour for 2025. B, please tell us about how you will pre-order tickets for your leader.
Never. I am not a part of Beehive. I don't care about the Beehive. Y'all can love Beyonce music, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. That wasn't a country album. I said it. It wasn't.
B, I remember you saying something vividly when we was talking about the Grammys and her being knocked out of the CMAs and them not wanting to acknowledge her, or whatever. I remember you saying if a rock artist or whatever came to hip hop and he made a hip hop album and he won album of the year, will we be mad?
We will be upset.
I remember that. But B, black people make country, so technically Beyonce's just reclaiming the throne, correct?
It's not happening, bro. Hey, the country people, bro, they are gatekeepers. They don't play. They had, bro. I can get into it in the Grammy section, but like they wasn't playing. They like Shabuzu, but Shabu, he ain't getting nothing. He could perform or whatever. He get nominations, but he ain't winning nothing. And I don't even think they let Beyonce get a nomination. That's like, yo, get up out of here. Cause let's say, look, it's like this. You got the little guys, right? They start the podcast, and then next thing you know, here comes the Weeknd with a podcast. He gonna get 1 million freaking subscribers in a freaking second. That's pretty much what Beyonce did. She hop in a genre. She's Beyonce. Of course,
Okay,
she gonna
Elliot
get
Wilson. That sounds like Elliot
what?
Wilson.
No, I'm just saying this is how they look at it, B. That's how they look at it, though.
Yeah, I
They like,
understand.
why you coming over here? You wasn't over here partying with us already. Now you want to put your boots on? Want to get your
Yeah,
boots
come on.
all dirty now?
Yeah, put her Levi jeans on as well.
Nah. And then people like, she's from Texas. Of course she listens to country music. Get out of here. Now
There is
y'all
not
want
no
to.
of course. There
It's
is not
like,
no of
bro,
course.
be honest, bro. Black people do not be caring about country music. But
Not like
then with
that.
Beyonce want to get into it and she ain't getting what she want.
B, I just want to say this.
They like,
Can
give
y'all
me my
name five
ball
country
back.
albums? Can y'all
You say
name five
what?
country albums that came out last year?
They gonna say Cowboy Carter, Cowboy Carter, Cowboy Carter.
Cowboy Carter the deluxe, Cowboy Carter the CD version, Cowboy Carter the vinyl version. They gonna start doing that. Name me five albums and don't put Shabuzi in there either. Name me five
Mm-mm.
albums, some five country albums that came out. Y'all don't
Beyonce not
respect country like that. Y'all just
Hey,
like Beyonce.
them country singers say, yo, you keep your I ain't gonna say the word. You keep your little butt over there. You don't come over here into the country. We don't want you in no boots. You can stick to your Nikes, your Adidas. You know, you stick over there, your high heels. Don't come over here with your cowboy hat now. Keep your little bonnet on. No, I'm joking. Hey, keep your little braids in your hair. Don't blend, don't blend your hair now. Don't straighten your hair.
BBC. That's a tag me when you start dropping a nuke like that. BBC.
BBC. The Marco.
You, you're gonna get attacked. And they gonna still kill both of us.
Yes.
Look, B, one of us gonna have their opinion. They still gonna kill both of us.
It'll kill both of us, bro. I swear. Oh my god.
But yeah,
sorry to the Beehive, man.
Let us know if y'all gonna get tickets to that Cowboy Carter tour. I heard some people still paying off the Renaissance tour tickets still.
hey, they put that Klarna, that Afterpay, B.
Hey, that
paying for, that Affirm. Hey, with interest. They trying to pay that off in 2 years.
That's a voyage.
Bro, they still paying out DoorDash, bro. DoorDash. Bro, people got you got 4 pays on DoorDash, bro. That's crazy.
You don't need to
I'm
eat.
not paying off a meal I ate two
Yeah,
weeks ago.
I'm not either. But
Oh
yeah.
man.
And the last piece of news we got is Kendrick Lamar is doing an interview with Ebro and the Deska on February 6th for Apple Music because of the Super Bowl. B, you gonna tune in? I think it's supposed to be like a 30-minute interview.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
All right. Obviously, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna probably put it in times too, so it'll make it 15 minutes. Because I'm pretty sure Ebro and them are gonna ask stuff, but rappers
You
that could
know
come in with
Kendrick.
stuff that they don't want to be asked, and he's gonna skirt around everything. He's not gonna give us the answers we
He be
want.
like, they're gonna be like, so man, what you think about like, not like us, like what that track mean to you? It's just I was walking my dog and my dog, it didn't bark at the cat. Most dogs bark at the cat when they see it. Most dogs not like my dog. They not like us. He gonna say something like stupid. He gonna be something like I was walking my toaster or something. I don't know, bro. I
He's a
don't know why
troll.
Kendrick does it.
He's a
He's a
troll.
troll and he does this stuff where like he tried to make like some type of message in between it, like he was doing with the whole Harper Bazaar stuff. What's it called Harper Bazaar?
Yeah, the
With
bizarre.
he was like, yeah, he tried to do this little stuff. I'm like, yo, Kendrick, stop that, bro. Like be honest. Like you don't like that nigga. Say it. Say it,
I think
bro.
they do like each other. This is all love and hip hop getting dang into me.
I do not think they like each other.
Y'all Negroes just need to go
B,
ahead and make up a
you
kiss.
called me a pedophile boy on, and it wins 5 Grammys. It won a Grammy for a
In a
music video.
Canadian
Hey, no,
cuts, B.
it won a Grammy for a music video. He made a music video calling me A minor. Come on, nah. We fighting. It's gonna be like that RDC World meme when it was like, hey, they pulled out the guns, like, hey, that's all you could do. The gun hit the coffee table. He said, hey, this all this the only thing you can do, bro. You gotta kill him. Like, what else you gonna do, bro?
For me, I think they can still be friends.
No way.
Jeezy and Gucci Man made up. Jeezy and Rick Ross made up. They could be friends. Jeezy and Ross got into an altercation.
I know. Look, that's fine. You come on. I fought many of my friends. Look at this. When it happens, B, you made the biggest diss track ever. Ever. I will never be your friend again.
Nas they didn't like you.
Bro, Jay-Z been apologized. He apologized. His mom made him say sorry. They good. He didn't call him a petty. He called him a tabo hoe. He said he got DSLs and all this stuff they were saying to each other.
But I was told that getting called a pedo isn't really that bad. That's what I was told by Twitter.
Hey, any crazy allegations like that, especially at that magnitude, it's horrible.
And with the whole Grammy stadium saying A minor.
Look, B, you know what hurts more? I'm Drake. Everybody knows me. If you say somebody's a pedophile, a PDF-phile, excuse me, and they're like freaking Little Xan, come on, that's nothing. I'm Drake. I'm bigger than that song. So that makes the song even bigger. Mm-hmm. So it's up my whole life. Even when I'm in a nursing home. You saw what Drake dad said, right? You saw that clip.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Drake dad said
in all that mess.
He started cussing, bro. Sounds just like a man from Memphis.
You sound like someone from the South.
From the South for real, bro.
I'm like, I know what type of time. Like,
hey,
old timer too much.
BS.
Yeah, hey, I was like, I better not ask old timer too much now. He might swing on y'all.
He might say a little F word or something. He call Kendrick something else. No, what's so crazy, B, is I forgot who it was, but they said, I bet Drake dad was like, man, I told you not to mess with that boy. you know, your old head or your granny, somebody tell you like, hey man, I told you not to do it. It'd be crazy to Drake dad like, hey, he on the phone with his dad like, hey, that boy from Cali, but they a little different out there. I'm trying to tell you, you from little Toronto, outside of little Minnesota, whatever y'all from, Brampton. It's a little different over there in those streets.
Facts. He said, you don't know nothing about this culture.
Hey, B, regions matter. I'm telling you.
Yeah. If only it mattered in music now.
I wish it did.
But that's about it for the hip hop news and current events. Let us know what you're hyped for that's upcoming and some of the stuff that we did talk about, touch upon. But now it's time to get into the actual show, part of the show where we talk about some music. We actually talk about the albums that came out. We got two albums, B. Mike, Showbiz, and The Weeknd,
Mhm.
Hurry Up Tomorrow. Which one you want to talk about first?
We get Mike out the way, man, because Showbiz, it's a shorter album. Weekend's a whole
It's literally
experience.
half, it's literally almost
It's
half of
like,
Weeknd's album.
yes, bro.
But let's go ahead and talk
So,
about Mike's Showbiz album. This album is 24 tracks, about like what 40 to
mhm.
50 minutes. Jeez, it's just it's a long album. I mean, it's a long album track wise, but in terms of like actually listen to it, it's a really shorter body of work. And for me,
Mhm.
actually going into this album, I'm not gonna lie, B, I was like, I was like, something's making me not like really want to care about this Mike album. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
yeah,
because the weekend dropped, but I went to Bear Trap on my initial listen. I'm like, all right, I like it. It's cool.
yeah,
Then we get to the second track. I'm like, all right. Then we get to the third track. I'm like, all right. We get to the fourth
yeah.
track, which I liked on initial listen. I didn't really care for it on
Watered
multiple
down.
listens. Yeah, watered down. Then after that, Man on the Mirror, Artist of the Century, What You About to Do, which is my first time hearing 544. That's your boy.
My
I'm like,
guy.
all right. He kind of reminds me of someone. Is it like a Kenny Mason or a Jid? I don't know who he reminds me of vocally,
Hmm.
but he reminds me of one of them. Then we get the Belly One and the Rock. And on this, I'm just like, okay, it might got me bouncing a bit on some of these songs,
Hmm.
B. And then we get to the Wait 2K20, which I'm just like, Mike, what are we doing?
That was like you could tell that was an old when he was mumbling, doing his thing from the wait.
Yeah,
I think he actually has a song called The Wait, album. My buddy.
yeah, but
But it
there was
gave
a
you
song.
that vibe
Yeah, and so for me,
of
I'm just
him.
like, I don't like when Mike is
Oh,
mumbling.
it's Weight of the World. My bad. It's The Weight of the World. Yeah. So
Uh,
he have an album called The Weight of the World, and I'm thinking that probably was what it called? Circa that time
Circa, yeah,
period.
Circa.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like that song. Any of the songs where Mike is mumbling or the song just sounds horribly mixed, I wasn't getting down with that. And really, that happened around the 10 track mark. I did like Lost Scribe. I thought that was cool. You're the only one watching. I was like, mm-mm.
I love
Lucky, I
that.
like that. But number 82 to 16, I'm like, what the F happened to the mixing? I'm like, what are we doing right now? I could barely hear anything. The beat is beating you up right now, Mike. It wasn't beating you up like viciously, like Lil Baby's album, the beats was beating him up. But I'm just like, Mike, I cannot hear you at all. Like, you need to either speak up or you need to lower the goddamn bass on the song or you need to lower the song itself because it was just beating him up. And then we get the Strange Feeling. I like that. Then we get the Burning House. I'm like, all
Strange.
right, cool. But then we get to Showbiz intro, and I'm like, intro? I'm like, what? And
Hmm.
then it's like the album took a turn. And the
He's just
last,
rapping.
yeah, but it's also had a bit more bounce to it. It kind of reminded me of the album that you put me on to last year from Mike, the one with
Hmm.
the
Oh
other
wait.
producer.
Oh,
That his
was
name.
the little EP he did?
Yeah, it reminded me.
Yeah.
It gave me similar vibes to that, where I'm like, okay, this sounds like he's switching up the flow. He's not as
Mhm.
monotone. He's kind of bouncing with the beat a bit. I'm like, all right, Mike, but you only gave me that for like what 3 to 4 tracks, and then we got the Diamond Dancing outro, which was broke or whatever. I'm just like, Mike, don't tease me like that, my boy. What are we doing? But overall, Mike lyrically, to me, he gave off a pretty good rapping performance. Like I said, the only time I really didn't like it was when he was doing the mumbling thing. But sometimes I like it. No, no. And he does his usual monotone thing. The reason I liked him doing it a bit more than Earl is because to me, he has a bit. I know it sounds weird. He has a bit more charisma with it. I think that's the
Mhm.
best way for me to say. He has a bit more like to it when he
Mhm.
actually does his monotone thing. Some of the beats that he was picking on this album as well. Like I said, every
Picking.
time I was thinking about,
He produced most of it. I think he produced
he
like
produced most of it because I heard that he
he's
produced some of it. I just wasn't sure
yeah.
how
I don't
much
know
of
if he
it
produced
specifically.
most, but he produced a lot of it. He's DJ Black Power, if you don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I learned that
Yeah.
from Twitter this weekend. People was like, "I'm
Okay.
surprised more people don't know that." I'm just like,
He got a
bro.
whole project under it too, like his beats and stuff.
Well, I'm saying to the Twitter elitists, I was like, "You guys don't know that?" I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
no, I don't know that. Well, now what? What are you gonna do now that I don't? I told you I don't know that. But yeah,
Right.
overall, I like some of the production choices on here. I like the vibe of the album as well. It definitely, when you look at the track listing and how short these songs are, it does give you that burning desire vibe again from how many tracks and how short these songs are. I have to listen to Burning Desire again because I obviously listened to this one more to do a review on this. I don't know which one I like more as of right now. Right now, I still have Burning Desire up there for me, but I might need to re-listen to it after listening to Showbiz. But overall, I think I like this album. It's not a bad album at all. Mike is having a good rapping performance. Mike can sometimes be a yapper as usual,
Mm,
especially when you're doing this type of rap and you're doing it very monotonely. But yeah, I think there was just some points on here where I'm just like, okay, there was some bounciness to this album that I really didn't expect that you actually predicted to be on here that
mm,
I enjoyed. Lyrically, like I said, he's there. Rapping performance is good. You know what you're getting when you get a
mm.
Mike project. He's gonna be rapping like he usually does. So yeah, how do you feel about this, B?
I loved it, bro. I played like I don't know, like 3 times today
Mhm.
alone. I feel like it's I feel like I say this. I've been saying this a lot with a lot of artists because I feel like a lot of them are perfecting their sound. Like even when I said with Pink Sifu last week, Mike did the same thing. Like he added different elements that he used as his, as him coming up as an artist. Like the whole not being mixed very well. That was his aesthetic at one point. That's why I said you probably wouldn't like old Mike stuff because of how it's mixed. Remember I say go back and you'll listen to how where he come from. Kind of like to
Mhm.
some rap songs, like all that Earl was inspired by that little movement they had going on in New
Mhm.
York at the time. I cannot think of the name of their little group. It was like something Village or something like that, I think. But it was a good amount of like creators, producers, rappers, and they all made lists. It was a little movement around like 2017 or 2018, 2016 as well. Because I got put on the mic around like 2017-ish, I
Mhm.
think, 2018. But yeah, man, I think it was some really good rapping on here. I love Lucky. I love that sample. He has some really good beats, some crazy
Is that the
samples
one
on
with the
here.
Jodeci sample on there? That
Now,
oh,
now, Lucky has the ooh la 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 at the end. Like I don't know if it comes from the freaking Cool in the Gang ooh la la song or what. I don't know
or
where it comes from.
the Run the Jewels one.
Yeah, no, I wasn't Run the Jewels
Mm.
because it's an older. I'm like, man, because that freaking it felt like an old school like drum on that joint on Lucky.
Mhm.
And man, I like how he was rapping on that joint. He said something about like it was a little loud. And he was like, "How they be talking?" Hold on, let me look at the lyric real quick. He was like, he said something like, "But they never rap. How they speak, they be appearing as black, but they never black," or whatever he was saying. I was like,
Mhm.
yo, I know what you said there. I get what you saying, bro. You know what I'm
Which
saying?
track was the one where he had the guy at the end that was like, oh yeah, it's new Mike. I'm gonna
Oh
glaze.
yeah, I'm a glaze. I'm a
Yeah,
glaze. I even
which
shedded a
one was that?
tear. I can't think of the name of the song. He was like, I
What
even
which
shedded it.
one was that one?
He was like, I
Was
even
that
shedded
Belly
a
One?
tear.
I forgot the name of it. I think it
Was it
might have been
Belly
Belly
One?
One
You
or The
think it was
Rock.
Belly One?
It was either Belly
I
One or
don't
The
know.
Rock.
I should have looked. I didn't know. But yeah, he
Mhm.
was like, I even shed a tear. Yeah, he did say that. But overall of the project, how you was breaking it down when like, it feels different here. Like he got into the like it wasn't mixed really well. I feel like he sectioned it out in a way of
Mhm.
like how he wanted it to start. Like even with the intro, you say it switched, it flipped, it got more bouncy. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like, oh, this is a showbiz intro. I guess this is what they want. I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's what
And
I
I know
thought. I
yeah,
thought it was
that's
more of a
how
mainstream appealing sound.
yeah, that's why I was feeling like, and he was touching on different type of subjects on here, and I was trying to find an overall theme of the showbiz. I think I
Mhm.
need to dive more into the lyrics and stuff, but
Same.
overall, I really enjoyed. This is all 4 listens. Um, I really enjoyed I love how he ended it with Diamond dancing broke or whatever
Mhm.
because it was like an instrument and instrumental. But I was
Mhm.
thinking, I'm like, is he sampled some vocals in the back? And I'm like, I went in and got the lyrics and seen what he was saying, but it's actually him. And I don't know, it gave me the vibes of like, especially how the vocals was distorted and it was more focused on the instrumentation. And it felt like a movie of a scene at the end of the movie. It felt like it was an ending scene of like a with no resolution. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I don't know. That's why how I felt, and I'm like, what do this mean? When I heard the ending of it, I feel like it's something that I'm missing in the album. So it's making me want to return back to it. So that's why I
Mhm.
listened to it like 3 times today because I was trying to understand this theme because how it ended, and I'm like, this feels like it means something because nothing else sounds like this on the album to me when it comes to just the feel that it gave me.
Mhm.
It had a reaction of some type of emotion I got. I felt like I was watching a movie. I don't know why I'm like this making feel like I'm missing something. So I kept going back and listening to the album,
Mhm.
trying to figure out what I'm missing about. Is it a theme? So I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know if sometimes I feel certain things. You know, people we interact with music differently. So
Mhm.
did that ending, that track, did it make you feel anything? Like, did it make
Well,
you feel like a
to me,
closing
like
title?
yeah, I'm about to say to me, it didn't feel like a closing title. I mean, it technically closed the album out because there
Hmm.
isn't Mike talking on there at all. Like, there's barely any vocals happening on there. But for me, whenever I would listen to it and I wasn't watching the tracks go by while I was
Hmm.
listening to it, I would be thinking like, okay, a song is about to come on after this, like through the album,
Hmm.
and it'd be like something different from like it would go to Burning Desire, and I'm like,
Hmm.
okay. I'm like, I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, wait, is this the end of the album? I'm like, all right. But it was kind of weird to me because he does like how you said the sectioning thing, and like I said earlier, it's weird how he kind of like sectioned it, and he did Showbiz intro at track 20, but then
Hmm.
Diamonds Dancing broke. Why did you put that in parentheses that you're broke right there? Like, are you saying like you got into Showbiz and you became broke? Because if you look at the parentheses of some of this stuff, Work Harder, 2K20, you obviously have the interlude, which we don't count. And then we have the intro, and then you have broke. I don't know if he's trying to tell a story in that as
Yeah,
well.
because so the lyrics he's saying, he goes, "Before I feel away, I hope you still will. I hope you still will stay close. Ain't much I felt today, but love and selfish ways at most. As soon we go our separate ways, there ain't no better way to cope. Some things I wish I never change, but if it never change, it's broke." And I'm like, huh. I was trying because I'm like, I need the lyrics because
But
I'm because
maybe
he how
also because of how he changed the album in that last quarter, maybe he could
mhm,
be talking about that.
yeah. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I feel like I'm missing something. I love the album,
I'll be real
and
with
that's
you.
when
I
it.
feel like I'm missing something when it comes to this type of music too, because I'm just like I'm not getting
I know.
anything
Yeah,
right now.
I don't. It's always like it's some type of underlying theme to this. Like Burn Desire. Yeah, I got it at the most part, but like Showbiz, I'm trying to understand this. That one say I need some listens.
So right now I'm looking at Genius right now, and it says that this is obviously his 12th album. But
Mhm.
the album was originally going to be called Man in the Mirror. There is a song
Okay,
called Man in the Mirror. So I don't know if this is
yeah,
supposed to be a reflection of him getting into the
because
game.
he was talking about like, oh, I'm just as bad. Like, people think I'm this, but he was reflecting on a lot of things. I'm saying he was saying a lot of stuff in there. I don't know if he's saying the showbiz either broke him
Mhm.
or,
Mm.
what I'm saying? Did it break him or I don't know. I like this, because I like when it comes to Mike, yes, he now gets into that little bouncy mood, a little flow that make you be like, all right. But he be saying some stuff on some of these tracks too. So like sometimes you get caught into the production or get caught into the little flow he doing and just be vibing. But he be saying some stuff. And
Yeah.
that's why I try to lock in into his lyrics a lot because he
I
be
think the
having some
hard part for
sayings like,
me this weekend was locking into the lyrics because
yeah,
when the album first comes out, you only got the lyric sheet.
yeah. He has the lyrics, I think.
He has the lyrics up
Well,
now.
On Apple Music, his lyrics is already in there.
Well, when you first get the album, it's like it takes like 1 to 2 days. Like I think at Sunday or Monday, that's when the lyrics actually come
Oh,
in.
well, I didn't check the lyrics on Friday.
See, I know that they don't come up because I
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
already, and I generally look sometimes, but I already know that they wasn't gonna be there. But yeah,
yeah.
that's the one thing when it comes to music like this. Like I need the lyrics because
Hmm.
sometimes because of how you're rapping, you could like I'll be real. I'm not the best like at decoding the bars if you're not
Hmm.
speaking as clearly. And with the type of delivery that Mike has, he doesn't really give you a breather type moment to really like
Hmm.
listen to what he's saying. He's just still going. And so it's like, okay, if
Hmm.
I didn't catch this bar, I'm not going to catch the next bar, and I'm not going to catch the next bar. So it's going to continue going on. Either way, the way that he does his rapping performance, kind of like a Boldy James, he always is in pocket when he's doing this monotone flow. He always has the right selection of production in order to go over these type of beats as well. The lyrics to me is one of those things where it's like, dang, this is gonna take me multiple listens or maybe just an actual lyrical sheet to look
Hmm.
at for me to actually fully grasp and understand the concept that he's going for on here, especially
And
with him having two older black ladies on the cover as well.
yeah, so like with Mike, I always try to like decode a little bit, like, because he comes with different skits as well. Like he has a skit with a man talking about MLK, about bringing his people into a burning house, and also leaving you on the cliffhanger because he got killed. We don't know what that means, and also having like I don't know what will that language be because he has an African background. I think he's Nigerian as well, but
Mhm.
he's from America. So that's the like the like the black ladies on here
On the cover.
on the cover, seem like it's some type of, African garb or whatever, right? So he
Yeah.
gives me that. He's like he brings in like Black American culture and Black American culture and technically like a African American culture or African culture into this. He's like the Pan African rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like both sides.
You saying he's not FBA, B?
Here you go with this.
I'm just saying, B. Are you saying that basically he made this whole album because he knew he was going to get reparations from
Oh
Twin
my God.
Sheep?
Oh nah. Oh no. But nah, it's like when Mike brings some of this stuff, like when he have like certain skits, I'm like, what did this skit mean? Like he had the skit of the guy. I don't know if the guy was a stunt man, but he goes of
Mhm,
like, oh, only time I made accidents was when I was trying to show off.
mhm,
And I'm like, the showbiz. He's trying to show off. He made an accent. Like I don't know if he's saying like the showbiz. I'm making mad mistakes.
mhm,
Like you know what I'm saying? And maybe some of his mistakes not noticeable yet. But I don't know if he's struggling with getting big. And some people gonna understand like some of the I guess the vices he have or something. I don't know. I was just trying to decode some of this stuff, but overall, I love the album. I love the album. But when I hear skits in the album,
mhm.
especially when it's not like from your friend and y'all having these skits that go inside to a story, and you just use like some dialogue from like an interview or from some old, it always like okay, he's trying to say something. I don't think he's just naturally grabbing random skits just because it sound good at the end of a in between tracks. I think these skits mean something. So I don't know. That what makes me think more. Maybe he does do that. Just I
Mhm.
like what he said here and I chunked it in here. But I just
I,
think it'd be more to that.
I think one more point I really have on this album, and I guess I didn't know because I didn't look this album up. I just looked it up to
Mm-hmm.
see what the lyrics were to some of the stuff. And some other Mike stuff popped up. I didn't know he was a fan of MF Doom, but I could
Mm-hmm.
clearly see the inspiration now, especially when I went to listen to the Madvillainy demos that recently released this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to that. Like I said, there was some stuff where it was like a bit abstract. You could see the concept and stuff like that, and some stuff wasn't mixed well. I realized like how Mike is doing something very similar to what MF Doom was doing or did do back then in terms of like being a bit more abstract, being a bit
Mm-hmm.
more, I don't want to say off kilter, but it was just very
It's that
like it
avant-garde, bro.
yeah, it's just very like like you don't get it at first. Like you gonna need the multiple listens. He's creating this whole thing with this album in terms of like it being very like not lo-fi, but it's not like loud, but it's very chilled out beats. He has a monotone flow. Obviously, he doesn't have the same delivery type as an MF Doom, but also the way that he is doing these sounds, it all is cohesive. It all fits into it's the best way I could say is like it reminds me of Mad Lib's production in terms of like it being timeless. Like this
Mm-hmm.
doesn't fit into a certain time or era. Like this could have came out 2 years ago. This could have came out 3 years ago. This could
Mm-hmm.
come out 2 years later. Like to me, this doesn't fit in any time.
Mm-hmm.
So it fit
But
to me. That's what it reminds me of in that Mad Villain way, where it's like it doesn't have like a certain era that it sounds like it's coming out of as well.
But they come and they like babies of like MF Doom like fans like even like look at Earl Sweatshirt some rap songs. When you listen to that album, you think of dang this is like poorly mixed. I don't know what is he talking about. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot. He put it's more emotion built about like he's pretty much Earl is like just pouring himself out like on there and it's like here goes some rap songs pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But like it felt in a way of like how could I say this? It's like when you like, all right, this is my job. Like, I'm depressed right now. This is what I'm talking about, but I gotta put out this album. Here's some rap songs. I don't know. That's like when Earl did that.
Staples in dark
You
times,
say what? It's
the
like
kind of
dark
like what Vince
times.
Staples in dark times.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of yeah, you could say that as well, but I'm saying like from the sound wise of like what Mike and Earl and them are making right now.
Hmm.
It's in that vein of like it's not mixed pretty well. I'm rapping. It don't feel like as much like I'm doing too much to like show off the quality. It's like, here you go. But I'm actually pouring a lot into this, but of me, but I'm probably not putting more into perfecting the sound of it. But I
Hmm.
put a lot up, I did a lot with this beats. You ain't gonna find this sample, but it seems like it's like lazy or something. Like you'll be like, man, this stuff sounds like this, he ain't mixed this well.
It's not quality controlled, is why the best way I'll say it.
it's like I'm putting out this art right here, and I'm not trying to like make it like this perfect, clean freshness. I'm not trying to make it all
Yeah,
corporate.
it has a
Yeah,
bit of
yeah,
a gritty, authentic feel
yeah. That's what
to
I'm
it.
saying. That makes
That's
you
what I'm
that
saying.
that
It's like going to
authenticity.
it's like going to like a restaurant, like a mom and pop restaurant that isn't a
Hmm.
big chain, and it look a
Yeah.
bit dingy on the inside, look a bit
Hmm.
old, but the food fire.
So it's like with Navy Blue, Mike Earl. Like you could not like how Earl rapping right now because back then he rapped a little different, but he was a good rapper. But I feel like a lot of these guys now, like in that camp, they want to make you feel something, and that's what I like from Navy Blue, Mike Earl. I feel like an emotion mostly from what they're saying instead of like sometimes yeah some of the beats be dope, but you kind of like not focused on that. They kind of want you to, I think they want you to focus more on what they're saying. And, the instrumentation also adds a layer to it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. I get what you're
It's,
saying. That
yeah,
that type of music doesn't speak to me. I'm gonna be real with
yeah.
you.
So that
Because for me,
speaks
it's
to
like a
me.
movie. It's like if I have a sad scene, it either needs to have no music or it needs to have some music to accompany it that
Mhm.
fits that scene. That's how I am
But
musically.
like a score can make a film. A score can,
Mhm.
it adds to the film. You
A
know what I'm
good score,
saying?
yeah, a good score can
A
add
good
to a film.
score,
A bad score could definitely take away from a film.
it can take away from it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But sometimes a score, like the music, isn't always needed in every scene, though.
No, it's
Yeah,
not. Especially
yeah.
like I like before we move on, that what takes me out of a lot of like Issa Rae TV, her shows, her produced shows, and a lot of like black shows that's coming out like the whole like comedy thing. I feel like each scene starts off with a brand new rap song or something. I'm like, why do they do that all the time? It like a scene happen and then boom, another song plays. Dum, 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 and then goes on, and then another scene. Dum,
Mhm.
dum, 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 dum. I'm like, I don't care. I don't know. I feel like that. You get what I'm saying? Like
I
in
get it, but
movies,
you
it's
also got to think: are you the core audience they're trying to capture?
I'm oh no, I'm not. But I'm saying they can throw me out of stuff.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I completely agree. I agree because
Mhm.
sometimes it feels like I don't want to say pandering, but it's like you kind of like you living up to the stereotype.
Yeah, cause like
I
cause
don't
like
know how to
sometimes
articulate that well.
that's why like, Star Wars films are like amazing, bro. Cause like Hans Zimmer and all them, like what they do, it's not vocals, bro. They killing you with the orchestras, the real instruments. And I think like with Mike, he also a producer. He'll have a track in here that's nothing but it's just instrumentation. You know what I'm saying? It's not even no rapping. It's a little snippet of a beat he made, but it also adds more to the story, like what Madlib does in like Madvillainy. You got some
Mhm.
instrumental tapes. It just breaks it apart, gives you a little breathers, stuff like that. Like it's like watching a film. Sometimes you have a montage with nothing but music playing,
Mhm.
or you have somebody just sitting in their house and nothing but the score. I don't know. It just sets the mood. All this stuff is just you want to feel. B. That's what
Yeah,
music is about.
yeah,
It's a feeling.
yeah. I think I'm gonna have to give this one a bit more, a few more listens. I definitely want to revisit this and at the mid-year point and see how I feel about it, but also have the lyrics up while I'm listening
Yeah.
to it as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, you got any last closing notes on this album, B?
My closing notes is, yo, Mike, continue doing what you're doing, man. I think you're an amazing artist. And I'm just looking forward to what you're gonna do in the future, man, because I think this kid is only 25, bro. He's just like 25, 26, I believe. I could be wrong. I think he's just in his mid 20s.
Hey,
Like,
Mike, if you see this, comment down below and answer some of the questions we had on here. God dang it.
yeah, he won't.
Yeah, he won't. But if you do see it, God dang it, answer them.
I'm gonna check his age, but you can go. You can go. We can go into
Um,
the other thing.
but yeah, that's about it for Mike
He's
Showbiz.
27. He's
Oh, he's
27.
27. Okay, he's near
Hmm.
my age. But
Yeah.
yeah, let us know what y'all think about Mike Showbiz down in the comment section down below. But B, it's time to get to the man of the hour. Or should I say we should have hurried up tomorrow to get to him? No?
Oh
Okay, I'm
my God.
let's go ahead and talk about The Weeknd's sixth studio album. Hurry Up Tomorrow. This came out the same day as the Mike album we just reviewed. And this is supposed to be Weeknd's last album as The Weeknd under that moniker. And B, I want to hear your thoughts. Now, last year I talked about The Weeknd because last year was my first time going through After Hours and Dawn FM, especially with it setting up this new trilogy that Weeknd started, with After Hours.
Hmm.
I definitely want to hear your thoughts. But first, did you listen to After Hours and Dawn FM before you listen to this?
Not right before, but I've been listening to them.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, not right after. Nah, I've been listening to them like when they came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How did you feel about those projects?
they were cool. They not my weekend that I want,
Mhm.
but I understand what he was
But
trying to go for.
how do you feel about this album, B, going into this?
So I have a lengthy history with Weeknd.
Both of us do.
Yeah, he actually like got me into like the whole alternative R&B vibes. Him and Frank Ocean in 2011, like they changed my scope on R&B music. I think them two changed the atmospheric instrument like I don't know, they especially Weeknd, he just changed it, right? So when I go into this album, my first listen experience was like no other, bro. It felt like discussing movies. It felt like I was listening to a movie
Mhm.
because he starts you off like, real like mellow, and then he hits you with that, boom. Oh, you hear like the the Quincy, you feel like, him then with the Michael Jackson, because he gets his Michael Jackson imitation on. Like the first three tracks, like I'm like, all right, I'm rocking with this. But I'm like, I can't take 24 tracks of this. I need Weekend to give me some of that old Weekend. So we go into like what's called Sao Paulo or whatever it's called, Sao Paulo.
I don't know. I don't know. So
That
Paula,
Spanish
I
stuff,
don't know.
I
That's
don't
the one
know.
song I did not like on this
That's that
album.
song. I was like, I might have to delete that one. But then until we're skin and bone, I was like, all right, it's all right. Then Baptized in Fear, it's cool. It was cool. It was
That wasn't
cool.
all weekend for you, B? That felt
Nah,
like a weekend for me.
nah,
Felt like it
not
had the
yet.
whole weekend vibe.
The Open Heart, cool. Opening night. I think it was more like when it like more of a
Was that the one with the skit with the phone call in it?
nah
At the end, he
B.
was saying, I'm fixing." Which one was that one? You sure that
That's
wasn't
what I
that
think.
one?
That's the reflection and laughing B.
No, that was no. It was like a minute track, so it has to be opening night. When he was on the phone call with the girl, he was saying that he was fixing it.
That one in the beginning of
It was
reflection
a
and laughing.
skit. It was a
Oh
skit. It
yeah,
was its
okay.
own
So
track.
opening night is when everything changes for me,
Yeah,
B.
because remember he was talking to the girl and he was
That's when
nervous
he
about
goes back to the old Weekend.
it.
Okay. So
when he
B
was doing
from
when he was doing those
B
hard drugs, B.
B from 9 to 15, best album in the world to me. Like that
Mm,
9 to 15 run, B,
mm,
unfreaking stoppable,
So you
amazing.
saying all my trap guys, all my guys from Atlanta, aka Travis
B
too, they was carrying weekend, B.
No, Weekend was doing his thing. But them on there added some elements. Like even I like Travis at the end of that because it
All
gave you like
same.
it was a
Hmm.
suspense. Like, what is this building up to? Bro, enjoy the show. Him and Future on that joint, the production on that, bro, amazing. But B giving up on me, B. The moments, three moments in there. The first joint was
Hmm.
so like old Weekend. Then when he drops the beat and goes down and you have Future. Future was in it with him, and then he got real
Oh, on Enjoy
melodic.
the Show.
No, on giving up on me. Future was at the end of giving up on me. Like not the end, but like when he started switching off
Oh,
the beat. The Future was saying what he was like doing ad libs technically, kind of, yeah.
mhm.
But like, bro, then I can't wait to get there. It's like crazy that production, bro. I was like, this is crazy. And then Timeless, come on, we knew about the single. I heard it when it came out. I was like, I
I
don't
didn't
like
hear it.
this.
I only heard the hook, so I
I
never
didn't
like listened to the
I
actual
didn't
full
like it
song.
as a single. And the album B, moi. Timeless, timeless. Yeah. Hey, bro, it is. I was legit. Oh yeah. Like, bro, they was killing that, bro. Timeless was dope in the song. And then Niagara Falls B.
Oh yeah, heat,
What Kanye at?
heat,
I swear I felt
heat.
Kanye. I was like, is Kanye chopping this? I was like, bro, this is crazy. And then Take Me Back to LA B. Best song ever. I love
Mhm.
that song.
Uh huh.
B. That song is amazing.
Uh
I'm
huh.
telling you, from 9 to 15, not saying I don't like nothing after that, but that was the best. That's all I need.
That was the run that you loved.
That run was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
B. I'm
Mm-hmm.
driving. Take Me Back to LA old. I'm like, bro, the production on that so lush and it just makes you feel so it's vibrant and it makes you feel like it's amazing. I'm like, bro, what did they do with this production on here? Like him and Mike Dean, like they went crazy. Like I was telling my girl, like, bro, that 9 to 15 B, I'm like, I'm lost in that. It's just amazing. But then like Big Sleep, I didn't really care for it like that because it was more like it was kind of like more instrumental. You know, he was kind of doing this like I don't know. It wasn't much going for me. Give Me
Mhm.
Mercy, I didn't like Give Me Mercy. You
Mm.
like that?
I liked it, but it wasn't like I don't think one of my standouts.
Yeah, I like Drive. The
Yeah, I like
Abyss
that
was
one
okay.
too. I
Yeah, the
like the
Abyss was
Abyss. I definitely
the
like
Abyss
the
was
atmosphere in
cool.
the Abyss. I
Yeah,
didn't know
Red
who was singing on that. I had to
one
wait
that
for the credits. It's
Lena
Lana
Del
Del
Rey.
Rey. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Lana Del
credits
Rey.
came up on Sunday,
Yeah,
so I was like, who is the
I ain't got
feature
no
on this?
credits, bro. I just like I think that's Lana.
Yeah,
I ain't got
Lana
no
Del Rey.
credits. But what else was cool? Red Chair was all right. Then
Mhm.
Water Warning, because I think that's more. Is that the like more of an instrumental, like
I think that's
going
towards the
into the
end.
track? Oh no, that was an actual full track. And then Hurry Up and Tomorrow. It was cool. It ended cool. But bro,
Did you like how I know people online was saying like how like Hurry Up Tomorrow, literally if you listen to the end of the instrumental, it
it goes
leaves
to
into
High
a
for
high,
This.
yeah, high for this on
Yeah.
the intro of House of Balloons. Yeah, and I went to listen to it afterwards. I'm like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, they right. They cooking on that. I'm like, if
Never
Weekend,
be
we can cook.
high.
And you know, I had to
B.
listen to that song. I had to listen to a few songs off of House of Balloons because of that. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
we cooking out here.
But it's some elements of old Weekend in here. This is really good album. This is a really good album.
Think
I
a
at
good
my
send off
first
for
listen,
Weekend?
you say what?
Do you think this is a good send off album for Weekend?
I think it's a good send off album. I just wish it was shorter. I know he wanted to make a
Mhm.
more cinematic feel because that's what you get
Mhm.
cinematics, songs colliding into instant, like it's just a big flow, like put you on a roller coaster. He's technically kind of telling a story as well. Taking me back to LA with snow on my face. You know what that boy was talking about.
Oh, come on.
You know what I'm
What
saying?
did we say before? Weekend is like it's like Mexican food. He just
Yeah.
remixes. He's talking about the same stuff. He just
Yeah.
remixes and jazzes it up and makes it look prettier.
But I would say my first listen experience with this project was probably one of the easiest listens because usually when you listen to sometimes you be like, did I like that? But I knew I liked this. But from the second listen, I start to pick because at first you're just off the hype of the ride. But the second, I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, I don't really care for this. I don't really
Hmm.
care for this right here. But my third listen was like, okay, I know what I like, and it's sounding better the more I listen to it. And that was that run from 9 to 15. Like, yes, it's stuff in the beginning that I like too. Like 1, 2, 3, I love those tracks. 6 or 7, cool. And then open the night, it's like once the girl call him, hey, I heard you in Dallas. Don't go back to the OU.
Hmm.
And he's just don't drown in that. Don't let the industry take you.
Don't
I'm
let
like,
that get that mud. Got that mud in my
hey,
throat.
I'm like Weekend, snort a line off some glass tables. This the only time I condone drug use is when the Weekend is doing drugs because this is at his peak, bro, like this, bro, from 9 to 15 be that run. I don't know how you feel about that run, but
Hmm.
that run is amazing. Maybe it's just me,
No,
but I
no,
don't
because
know.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it. I'm not gonna
That
lie.
that run is crazy.
For me, my run is a bit longer. I'm not gonna lie. But
Where
you
you
know,
at?
for me, when we get to the intro, I'm like, okay, who's the other person that's on this song too? It says featuring Justice. Wake Me Up. I'm like, all right, I like the intro.
Mm-hmm.
And on this album, I noticed Weekend has a lot of multiple songs all in one
Mm-hmm.
song type
On one
thing.
song, yeah.
And so that's what made the listening experience a bit more crazy, especially if you're not looking at the track list like steadily, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, like let me see what song this is. And it'd be like the second or third beat. And I'd be like, wait. I'm like, but it says I'm already 4 minutes into this. I'm like, what song is this? I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
know I have not been listening to this beat for this long. And so, first of all, him having all these multiple different songs in one song, I'm just like, Jesus, Weekend, you trying to give me a lot? Pause. You trying to give me a lot in this album right here, especially with it coming out to an hour and 24. B, there are movies that are that long.
Yeah, this a movie,
Crazy
B.
length for a movie. Yeah. And I believe
Look at the cover art. That's a film.
yeah, I mean that's a hard cover art. I'm not gonna lie. And I said it this weekend. I said Weekend makes perfect like 80s like horror movie music. Like
Mm-hmm.
to me, this is what's perfect for this. But for me in this album, Weekend mixes a lot of the elements that he's been toying and playing with
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning of this trilogy with After Hours, but also he mixes in some older Weekend elements like from
Mm-hmm.
was it The Hills Have Eyes?
Nah,
What's
yeah.
that album called? The Beauty and the Madness. That's what.
Beautiful man. Yeah, beautiful
Yeah,
man.
Beauty and the Madness. Some stuff from the actual trilogy mixtapes. He
Mm-hmm.
mixes some of them elements in there as well, which I did enjoy because I was like, what am I going to get with this Weekend album? He's mostly been going this whole pop route these last few albums. What are we going to get with this one? And while he does give me the pop stuff, he doesn't go as pop as he does as Dawn FM, but also
Yeah.
he has like longer ballad like songs, but more cinematic feeling songs that he did in After Hours as well.
Mm-hmm.
After Hours to me is a bit more concentrated and a bit more dense, so I like that one a bit more than this. But there's still a lot of stuff that I liked in here. I think I like some of the skits where it's like, "Oh, I can't effing sing, I can't effing sing," and, he's
Mm-hmm.
screaming. But then it went to say Sao Paul, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
down, 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 down. I'm just like, this had to be just thrown in here just for
I do
sample.
not like that
I'm like,
song.
because to me, for me personally, this did not fit the album. It threw me all the way off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you would have took that song off, I would have been cool. I don't need that song. Then we get to the next intro. I mean, the next interlude, Until We're Skin and Bones. I like that. I like the Baptizing Fear. It reminded me of this what you want. It's what you need.
What
It's
you
what
want,
you need. It's what
yeah.
you need. This reminded me of that from House of
Hey.
Balloons. I'm like, hold on, wait, we getting old. We getting on here. What is this? But then we get Open Hearts, which I was like, all right, I like this. Then we get see for my run, it starts at 6 because I was like, oh, F me. I'm like, I'm loving
Yeah.
everything up until 15. From 6 to 15, that's all me right there.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if you take out the Sao
I'm
Paulo and
not
the two skits right there, from 1, like I said, take out Sao Paulo up to 15. Oh, that's me. That's
yeah.
all me. That's all
I
I
like
need.
those. I like some of those too. I just
But you saying the
if you
run
would
though. I understand though,
oh
the run.
that
That run.
yeah,
I,
that
I know
run
what you
is
mean though.
insane.
That's why I was talking about that run. I'm talking about
Yeah.
that run. But yeah, for me, opening night, I love that he was on the phone and you hear the little
Mm-hmm.
phone receiver in the
Just
background and he's like,
and he drinking.
hey, he's choking on that mud. He said he needs some fixing. You know what I'm saying? He said some
Hey.
fixing.
I was like, oh, oh, like he finna get in his bag.
Uh-huh. Hey, he's a little nervous to go, perform on stage. He need a little liquid courage, you know what I'm saying?
Hey
A
man, need
little
a little
maybe
nose
powdery
candy,
courage.
little
Hey,
nose candy.
a little booger sugar. But yeah, having that song, then Reflections laughing. I love the way that Travis came on at the
Mm-hmm.
outro at that. I'm like, ooh.
Ooh,
And
that
you
was
know, when you
dope.
first listen to it, no features, do you just
Mm-hmm.
randomly hear it? You was like, oh, my boy
Oh
is
yeah.
on here. He obviously broke the curse because this is the first time Travis is on a Weekend album right here. And then
Mm-hmm.
we get Enjoy the Show. I didn't expect my boy Future to come through. That was Future Hendrix right there.
That's what I'm saying. That was Hendrix.
Yeah, that was Future Hendrix, by the way. I was
He
like,
didn't
okay.
say gang.
Yeah. I did not need I sorry gang. I did not need any of that. I need you to croon on
Mm-hmm.
this goddamn thing.
I
Giving up on
can't
me.
feel my face anymore. I was like, hey, yo,
B,
Future in
I'm,
his
I'm there.
bag.
I'm there, B. That hey, I'm there. But then
Mm-hmm.
we got that giving up on me. I can't wait to get there. That
That
timeless.
song,
And like I said, I've only heard the
bro.
hook through the radio because
Yeah.
I'm doing the radio thing for the show. But hey, Playboy Cardi, I'm
I'm
legit.
legit. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, when was the last time I heard Weekend and Playboy Cardi? And it was that song that was off of that soundtrack of that show that he had on HBO Max. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's the first time that they collaborated. But god dang it, B, I was getting hyped for
Hey,
that song every time that came on.
facts.
Hey, Niagara Falls came on. I was like,
B.
oh,
Oh.
when I first heard that, I was like, oh, what are
Hey,
we
and then
doing?
the end of announcement, like the last like 50 seconds,
Hmm.
merging into freaking Take Me Back to LA. Do 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 do. B.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
the
No,
build up
Weekend
for
was
that
on there.
song is amazing.
I think a lot of the transitions that he has in this album were just really done well. I'm like,
I
F,
was like,
the transitions from inside the actual tracks to the next tracks. I was like, yo, I didn't
mm-hmm,
even know I was going to the next track on some songs. I'm thinking he was continuing from the last song. And I
mm-hmm,
saw that was another song. Like, to me, I think Baptized in Fear and Open Hearts does that for me. But yeah, when it got the big sleep, I'm like, all right, cool. Give me mercy.
yeah,
Cool with that. Drive, cool. The Abyss, I felt something. Something came out of me, B. I'm not gonna lie.
mm-hmm.
Red
Oh,
Terror,
damn.
cool. Which one was the one? Which one was the one with where he was talking about like, his daughter, I think, or like he was looking for his mother, something like that, that he wanted to make his mom proud or whatever.
I
That
don't
was like either
remember.
Red Terror or
I'm
Without
telling you, the
Warning.
end, bro, just
It started getting a bit muddied because I started
he
feeling
should
like the
have cut it.
runtime.
I think he should have just kept like two songs, like Hurry Up Tomorrow and maybe Red Terror. After that, it would have
I
been,
think it definitely. Oh yeah, I think it definitely ran its course. Like I said, this is an hour and 24 minutes. It definitely ran its
yeah,
course after a while, especially with all the transitions. And I want to say this as a good way. Some of the transitions and multiple songs being in one track made the album feel longer because it made it feel like
yeah.
a better experience. But I will say because there are more tracks on here, it definitely made the album feel a bit longer, a bit more stretched out. And sometimes the songs were there just for like atmospheric purposes, really. And I'm just
Yeah, that's why
like to be mood setters. And I'm like, okay, this is cool, but did I need this
that's
though?
why I'm about to edit the joint. I'm about to edit this joint. I'm
Hey,
about to edit it to the
hey,
Tevin edition.
I'm about to say make the perfect edition of tomorrow.
The moody edition. You know what I'm saying? I'm changing it.
Yeah, you need to be. You got
It's
some
just gonna be
mood for
called Tomorrow.
that. No, just hurry up. Like hurry up and get
Oh,
to the
oh,
track.
just hurry up. Just hurry up. Let me just cut some of this down.
Yeah, the fact of the last track, Weeknd's doing his thing,
Mm.
and it transitions into high for this off of House of Balloons. The fact that this man has three trilogies, that means nine projects fully. Even though the middle trilogy is a bit weird, but I get why. But the fact that he has this last trilogy, he wanted to end it off on this and basically make a full-on circle throughout all of his catalog. I'm
Album,
like, it's
yeah.
insane to me that he did that. I'm like, yo,
Mm.
hey, B, I saw some Michael Jackson comparisons this weekend. I'm like, hold up, slow your roll now. We gotta let this album sit for a while. Y'all saying this on the
Mm.
day that it came out. Y'all gotta let this sit for a while.
That's why I was troll tweeting like, I haven't finished the album and it's a classic. Yeah,
Yeah, I know
like
you said that. I'm like, oh, he gotta be trolling.
yeah, I was super trolling. I was just how people be like, I'm telling you, Fridays come be and they listen to a new album and act like they never heard music
B,
before.
it'd be 11:01 our time. Oh, this is an instant classic. It literally just came out a minute ago. How did you even
Bro,
load it up that fast?
bro, they be acting like they never heard music, B. They be like,
Hmm.
oh my God, my ears. What is this? This orgasmic feeling.
But for me, I enjoyed this album. I'm very
Oh
hesitant to
yeah.
call it classic because I think his other body of works, especially a lot of his other body of works, are a bit more denser than this one. And I feel
Mm.
like because they're a bit more concise and they don't have as much. I don't want to say this album has bloat, but it has bloat.
It has blow.
Because there's not as much bloat on his other albums. I think that those are other stronger bodies of work. But this is still a good album itself. Like I really
B, he
enjoyed
could have
this.
stopped this at Take Me Back to LA and I would have crowned this a classic.
Give me one or two. Give me one or two tracks after that to close
Nah,
the
I don't
album.
even uh-uh. Give me that fit. Give me 14 tracks. Take away that Sahu Polo, whatever that joint is, Pablo. Take away that. Perfect album. Not perfect, but
Perfect.
amazing album. It's dope. It's crazy.
Hmm.
I don't need nothing else.
Yeah, there was
Take Me
definitely
Back to
some
LA
bloat
is
on here.
amazing, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
No, that
I'm keep
song,
bouncing. I'm keep bouncing out which song I love more. Take Me Back to LA, Niagara
Niagara
Falls,
Falls.
Giving Up on Me,
Hmm.
Enjoy the
That little run,
Show.
that
I
run in the
can't
middle
wait
of
to
the
get
album is
there.
crazy.
That freaking sample on I can't whatever not sample, but the little voice of I can't wait to get there. Like
Mm.
was starting in the background. B him Mike Dean, Metro was on this stuff too. They was wilding on this track on this album, bro.
I mean,
They
you
was
have to be. This
wilding.
is his send off album as the weekend. You
B
have to.
B they was doing some even on some of the songs I don't care about. Like when it comes to like the atmospheric stuff,
Hmm.
that mood setting
Hmm. It was there.
was dope. It was dope.
This felt how we was talking a bit about the Mike album earlier. This kind of felt like it
Hmm.
was scoring itself at
Yeah,
certain
yeah, yeah.
points.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
That's what
just
I'm
like,
saying. It's a
oh
movie,
man, oh man. I
bro.
don't know, man.
That build up to that build up to like, oh, bro. I just the build up to Take Me Back to LA is just
Hmm.
that beat. Do, 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 do. It just feels like I'm in the 80s, bro. Like that
Uh-huh.
since they use everything like so well, man.
Yeah, they didn't. To me, they didn't overdo any of the sounds that they did from the
Yeah.
previous albums themselves. Like they kind of made it a mixture, but they kind of loosely did it and used it like as like they use it as more of a concept to build around rather than just
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
relying
was
on
more,
this
it
certain
felt more
sound.
well, I guess the word is cohesive in a way, you
Yeah.
know?
Hmm.
Like flow.
Yeah. But I enjoyed this album, man. Like I didn't think, hey, Weekend, he didn't disappoint. I'll say that. He came out
He
with a
didn't.
really strong body of work, especially with this being his last album as The Weekend. I really enjoyed this, man.
You think he's just gonna go by Abel now or what?
He probably I think he wants to be a creative now because look, he had that show on HBO, which everybody said his acting was horrible in that. He might get to maybe doing that, maybe getting to do some horror stuff. I don't know. I think Weekend really has some potential to really
He been
make like some
producing
scoring.
too. He been
Like
producing as well.
yeah, I want him to produce like some scores for some movies, like especially in the horror genre. Really,
Mhm.
hey, get with Blumhouse or something. What's some other horror studios? Get with them. I definitely want to see what Weekend is able to do. It's just crazy to see that this is like now he's going on the stadium tour. This is his last album as
Mhm.
Weekend. Basically, he's closing this chapter off and saying, "Yo, this is it," and it's making a full
Mhm.
circle. Oh man, this is crazy. I
It
I really
is.
enjoyed this album.
I
Oh
did
man,
too, man.
but that from Baptized of Fire up until Take Me Back to LA.
Hey, hey,
Oh, B,
that's a
I'm on one.
crazy run, B.
I'm on one of those, B. All you have to do for me, take out Sao Paul at that beginning. That would have been
That's
a
what I'm
crazy
saying.
run itself.
No, that would have
Right
been
there.
dope. Take
Mm-hmm.
away that and just ended at you can end it with hurry up and tomorrow and just chop 16 to 21. I'll be good. Even though it's some stuff like drive,
I
it's
want you
stuff
to
in
keep the
there.
abyss in there though. Keep the abyss
Abyss
in
is
there.
cool. All right, you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
all
yeah.
right. I
Keep the
say
abyss in
drive
there.
at Abyss and
Uh-huh,
then
uh-huh,
hurry up tomorrow.
uh-huh.
Perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This album was really good. I'm really
Yeah, it was
proud of what
good.
the Weeknd's done compared to who he was back when he was working with Drake and he was not really known like that. House of
Mhm.
Balloons coming out with all that stuff to where he's at now.
Oh, I
Insane.
say I say when it comes to him successful wise, like it's so crazy. But like I knew I knew nobody was sounding like this man. Bro, I'll never forget when I knew my boy was gonna make it, right?
Hmm.
I was still in high school and Entourage, you remember that show?
Hmm.
I think the final season was
It
coming
was on
on.
HBO,
Was
right?
come Yeah, the final season was coming out and the freaking trailer released and guess who was on it? Hype for this was on there. And I was like, my guy gonna make it. I was so hyped, B. I was like, oh, they got hype for this in the trailer,
Hmm.
bro. The Weeknd got a placement in the trailer. And like I'm so hyped on a not little, but an HBO show commercial. They play a hype for this, and I'm thinking like, oh yeah, my boy about to take off, bro.
Hmm.
Like the trilogy, I followed it. I remember when I followed it. B. I remember seeing him on freaking YouTube just singing. Look at how he was homeless. Look at how dusty. Like, who is this
Hmm.
dude? Who is this guy? I remember that. What a time.
Yeah,
What
for
a time.
me,
Coked out of his mind, bro.
I,
On the
for me,
Toronto
I think
streets.
I was so surprised when I first heard Wicked Games on the radio because I was just like, I'm like, we put like, I'm not saying it in a
Yeah.
bad way. I'm like, do we not know what this guy sings about?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, I'm cool with it because this definitely fits for the radio. But do
Do
we
do do
not
do
know
do
this
do
guy's
do do
subject
do.
matter? And then
Yeah.
the worst part is, well, the funny part is, he still uses that subject matter. He's still
Yeah.
as popular as he is.
Bro,
Like, ow.
House of Balloons, he could never top House of Balloons. Never.
B. See,
Nothing will ever top
it's hard
House
for
of
me to speak
Balloons.
about that because I have too much of a nostalgic tie to that. That is my favorite, like
You can
weekend
give me
project.
that
But
album and I never heard it before. I'm gonna love that album, B. It's incredible,
especially with the actual title track. Oh, oh, hey,
bro.
hey,
B.
level.
But B, it's
Yeah.
insane. It's insane. B, it's insane.
How do you feel about
Like,
his vocal performance on the album?
I think it was cool. It's just some stuff I feel like he didn't like. It felt like he wasn't trying to be like too like weekendish because when he get in his bag, he get more into Michael Jackson like levels. Like vocally, he sounds like that. But
Mhm,
I think he was okay vocally. I don't think
mhm,
with someone like that run I love, he just had to be in his mostly melodic bag.
mhm,
Like he didn't really have to get in his high pitch, try to get a high note bag on those. To me, only on only on what's it called? I cannot think. What's it called? Giving up
Uh,
on me. Giving up
oh,
on me. He got in that bag in the beginning, and I'm like,
mhm,
ooh, I love this.
mhm,
Oh, I love this. Oh my god! And then he toned it back down because remember, it's like the what's called a party and the after party.
mhm,
All right. You know how on that on House of Balloons, I
mhm,
got it, girl. Bro, like when he get into that bag, when he starts you off like here, and then he second part he toned it down and like mellow out the track. That's what he did with giving up on me. And I was just like, this is what I love from the weekend. This is the weekend I love. And
mhm.
he just did that from that run B, and I was just in love, bro. But nah, I can't gush over this album much. I need to chill. Full glaze. But that run was insane.
Yeah,
That
but
run was insane.
overall, for me, I really enjoyed this album. I definitely got to cherry pick a few songs because listening to
Yeah.
this album, it definitely takes a while. This is a
Hmm.
long album. This is like two albums in one, god dang it, for some people. So
Yeah.
yeah, overall, I got my standouts on here. I think Weekend, he ended it off really strong with his this being his last project with the name Weekend, with the moniker Weekend.
Hmm.
So I'm ready to see where he goes off into after this album right here.
Same. Continue doing you weekend. If you're gonna be come back as able or going to scoring, producing for shows, putting out I don't know, instrumental albums or something. I don't know. That'd be dope. Cause I see he be producing and stuff too. So
Yeah, I haven't
Who
seen much of
knows?
that. I probably have to look at the credits to see
Now I'll
who
be
all
looking
he
at the
did.
credits. I'm like, oh, he helped this. It's like producer the weekend. I'm like, especially on that freaking on Niagara Falls. He's listed as the producer on that joint.
Oh, the soul producer.
It's more on there, but his just says producer on there. Everybody else says mixing producer, but his just say producer. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
him
like
and
that.
yeah,
I say that
him
we can have more. Him and Mike Dean.
they
Yeah,
might get a little something to tuck. Maybe give us a little EP later on. Yeah.
nah. I
Let
need
us
the
know what y'all
full
thought.
load.
Whoa. Don't cost the BBC for no reason. Yeah. Let us know what y'all think about the weekends. Hurry up tomorrow. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let us know in the comment section down below. But yeah, B, it's time to get on to the discussion part of the show where we have a few topics that we gotta talk about. I guess we can start off with top five Troy, that situation, and that whole conversation around Nile Ross kind of taking him out of context with that
Mhm.
video. And for me, I wish I could just pull the tweet up really quickly. I wish I could, but I can't. But basically, this weekend, um, Top Five Troy came out with a video, if I'm remembering it correctly. He
You
came
think
out
he
with a
took him?
video.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I think he definitely took it out of context because he didn't watch the video. He just went off of what Top Five Troy said in the
Mhm.
actual like tweet, and he didn't watch the video along with it. Because I
Mhm.
got what Top Five Troy was saying, but I think the thing is with Top Five Troy, he did cut him. He didn't fully explain it, and sometimes he might clip it up to like make it,
Yeah,
make it pop a little
interacting.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
to get the you got to throw the bait out there to get a little people, few people to catch it. But I completely got what he was saying because I watched the full video
Mhm.
the night it came out, because it was about what was the last album that you really loved that came out in hip hop. There was
Mhm.
just stuff that he really didn't care for in 2024. He says like the quality level just wasn't there for him personally.
Mhm.
But I told him in the comment section, I'm like, there was a lot of stuff I love from 2024. I feel like there was something for everybody depending on
Mhm.
what you like were into. But I
What are
feel
you
like
into?
yeah, because we reviewed like over like what 100 albums last year,
Mhm.
and so basically he clipped up a part of like the parts that he didn't love about GNX, about like how like some of the guys on there, the gangbangers, the thugs, the criminals be. He said how he didn't feel like they were really like
Add
actually in the
more.
music. They didn't add to the actual album itself as a feature. They was just like kind of like there as like filler placements, basically.
See, Game, pass it to Kendrick, who did an excellent job with it. Do you think one of these dudes that was featured on GNX is going to hold those reins next? Like the West Coast has a huge problem in that there's no one to pass the baton to. You think AZ Chike is going to come and carry the reins for the West Coast? You think Lefty Gunplay is he's up next? Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Like now, there are some people that I like from the West Coast that I think are talented. Like X4, I think he has an interesting delivery. He has an interesting voice. Obviously, Draco the Ruler was the one who was next. West Coast issue is we don't really have someone else to pass it to. We got rappers, but who's the one? Like, who's the one? Draco the Ruler was the one, but he was too involved in like the street stuff. He couldn't shake it. And then a lot of those dudes who was featured on the GNX album, they're also in the street stuff and they can't shake it. It's not even they can't. They won't. They refuse to. My expectations are too high because when I was coming up, when I was in junior high school, the West Coast, we had a bunch of guys we could have passed it to. We had so many good young rappers who had range musically. It wasn't just all gang stuff. They had range. We had Kendrick. We had Dom Kennedy. Game was still going on. We had Nipsey. We had YG. Ty Dolla $ign, he was singing and rapping at the time, and Mustard was on the scene. Pac Div, UNI, Breezy Lovejoy, who y'all know today as Anderson Paak. We had all these people just ready. Great music. It was just questioning who's going to be the one. There's a lot of them, but who's the one? And I think I'm comparing that to nowadays. We don't have that.
And I think I told you on our review, I didn't really care for the features like that after, was it subsequent listens or whatever. I
Mhm.
didn't care for the features after that because they didn't do nothing for me besides Kendrick himself, because Kendrick is kind of out of his element a bit. And so I got what Troy was getting at with that, because he was saying stuff like, there's other rappers that you could have got. But I think the thing is with his wording, he said West Coast creatives. People probably thinking, oh, so you want to title the creator on GNX? No, 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 no. Just
Mhm.
because it's West Coast creatives, meaning someone like a YG who created a really strong body of work with My Crazy Life, Dom Kennedy, Nipsey Hussle. I believe he probably said these names in the actual video itself.
He talked about J Rock and all them too.
Yeah,
He's like
he talked about J Rock and Schoolboy Q
then
in
he
the
brought up
comment
like
section of
Pac.
the tweet.
Yeah, he talked about Pac Div.
Mhm.
He was just talking about other creators that was
Okay,
more
so he put it in the
versatile.
clip. So he did put it in the clip.
I watched the
Okay.
video. I watched the
Oh,
full video.
I forgot what he said in the specific clip itself. I'm gonna probably put it in the actual
Mhm.
show. But he brought up these people as examples. But then Nile Ross took what he said. He was like, because if I could pull the tweet up, dang, I wish I could pull the tweet up. I just don't have it up for me right now. Uh, let me see. Troy, let me
But
go to your profile real quick, Troy.
what you were
Uh,
saying that now Ross, what he was saying,
Here
like
it
you
goes.
talking about in the comment section?
Nah, I mean that too, because his fan base was kind of getting nasty at Troy, to be real with you. But
Yeah.
Troy said to this video's point, kind of disappointed that Kendrick decided to put a bunch of gang members on GNX instead of West Coast creatives who are actually serious about music. And he had the clip that played, and he also followed that clip with a follow-up tweet. The issue isn't gang members. Q and J Rock are all over my favorite Kendrick albums. There are plenty of smart, talented, creative members like everyone else. The issue is the fit on a Kendrick album, which I get. I think that they fit for the Kendrick album, but I didn't necessarily enjoy them for me personally. But I get where he was going at. He also listed some people that were also, gang members or whatever, like a Draco the Ruler, and I believe
Mhm.
someone else. But Nile Ross, I be want to call him Nile Rodgers. He said calling gang members not serious creators is regressive as F, which if you watch the video, he literally said Draco the Ruler.
Mhm.
I'm like, literally, you did not watch the video. You probably just read the tweet and you just went off because you just wanted to make a video, which, I mean, hey, go ahead, take him out of context if you want. But he continues to say this dog whistle rhetoric is straight out of the white supremacist playbook. Kendrick's GNX is about redemption. Happy Black American History Month. B, I just felt like it was forced. I just felt like the whole response was forced.
It's just like wording, and when it comes to uh any discussion around blackness, especially when it comes to like I guess like with black people, we accept everything, right? So we criticize within our culture out loud or for others to see, or if black people see it, they look at it as that's a white supremacist talking point, or
Some people said that he was raccooning.
this is very dangerous rhetoric.
I
But
hate when they say that.
you gotta understand that as a people, you still can critique others, which I understand what old dude was saying when it comes to like, oh, you saying this about gang members is aggressive, but it's regression, but you didn't get the full context of what he was saying. You know what I mean?
So I feel like that's why I feel like he took it out of context because
He took it so much out of context. So I'm like, but I see what you're trying to get there, but I'm like, why y'all just can't understand other people's point of view and then not go with all the name calling and just articulate your way of like just saying, okay, I didn't really agree with what he's saying, but I understand it because it is an understanding of what Troy is saying. And I'm like, why people miss that? It's not like this dude just saying all game members is not worth it. Don't put them on your album. They're
because
not gonna add anything.
who are some of the best creatives that we had in hip hop like back then? Look at stuff like NWA, some of the subject
Yeah,
matter that they was rapping about. Just look
because
at
usually,
all the people that we love.
yeah.
Look at Freddie Gibbs.
So
Like
like
there's
one
so
thing
many
about
things. Go ahead, B. I'm sorry.
yeah, like I had no problem with Kendrick having the guys on his album. I actually enjoyed it because when y'all say, oh, like y'all think it's like out of his element, I think it was more in his element of like where he's from. His whole thing is giving people a shot from where he's from and giving them big opportunities like to be on that album like his. So I just felt like it was his element. It's like this is where I come from. This is what made me who I am. So I'm fit to display some of these guys, but I understand that. I understand when Troy was just like, he was supposed to be speaking on like who you're gonna give the mantle to. You're
Yeah,
not gonna get a mantle to
to
a
AZ
Dodie
Chike
Six or AZ Chike
or
because
Lefty Gunplay.
when you give the mantle to somebody, they mostly diverse and more. Not saying these guys can't do that, but what they're giving us now, that's just what you're basing it off of. Because what he did was trying to get people from rival hoods on his albums and like kind of bring them together. So you already know the mindset they could be in. You know what I'm saying? So you probably won't think like, oh, they not trying to rap on this type of music, or they not making this experience. They not being too self-aware of like what's going on in the community and blase. That's what Troy was saying. Like you give a J Rock here, and J Rock's, alleged. Well, he's not alleged, but he's a gang member. I hate saying that type of stuff, but he also gives you a 90095. He gives you a redemption, like he's more versatile. You got an Ab-Soul that you won't even
Control
understand.
system. Mm.
You won't even look at Ab-Soul that he's a banger because he don't talk about it like that. But he's in that life. He was in that life. Schoolboy Q. Look at his whole name. He always say, I'm the rich Crip. Snoop ain't the only rich Crip, but he's still Schoolboy Q. He can give you things like Blue Slide Park, or like he give you the only thing that top five Troy was trying to say was like you can't give. You're not going to give them the mantle that's stuck on the gangster. Like from the West Coast, we need more diversity, and he feel like they have a problem because you're not seeing the diversity. You know what I mean?
And that's
all
LA,
it was. He's from
California.
He's from the West Coast. I don't know what part, but yeah. So I'm like, y'all don't understand. Like he said, he's biased to Kendrick. Like he's more of a Kendrick fan. He's from the region, but people think that he's a contrarian. No, like one thing I like about Troy is he looks at things at both sides. Even if he probably disagree with someone, he can still kind of try to understand what they're coming from, and then have his response to it instead of you said something I don't like.
He says he's not emotionally charged when he's coming into these conversations. That's the best way I can say. He doesn't lead with his emotions. Like he kind of comes off based off what I watch, because I don't know Troy personally. Like, I'm not trying to come to his like rescue or anything like that. But based off of the content I've watched, because I am about to try and pull up some of the comments I've seen some of this Nile Ross's commentators say about Troy, and I'm like, dang, that's kind of messed up. He also brought it. Some people tried to bring in the point because they think that Troy doesn't have cultural awareness, because Troy often questions like, what is the culture? What does the culture mean? Like, because a lot of people, I do agree with Troy on some points, they do weaponize the culture. Like I'm gonna be real. If I go to like 10 people and I ask them to define culture, what is Black culture? A lot of them will give me examples of it, but they will not be able to define it. Yeah. And so there were just certain things that, I just felt was very like, what's the best way I can say it? It was very victim mentality-esque. That's how I felt watching that whole video. Yeah, Black people come from this. Look at the gangsters that came from this. And I asked my girl, because I read my girl the tweet that Troy put up, and she like, kind of reacted like that. But I let her hear the video after it, and she was like, I had to give her context of who these guys are that he was talking about, like the Schoolboy Q, the J Rock, Ab-Soul, and all of them. I had to give her a bit more context on that. But then, we watched Nile Ross's video right after that. And this was today. And Nile Ross is talking about people like Michael Jackson and Leah, and it's like, what does this have to do with anything? Gang members, like this isn't gangsters. Like, yes, these are some of the best creatives that black people have had, especially in music. But it's like
he started bringing up Malcolm X.
Yeah, I'm like, these are not people that you were supposed to be listing as your examples to help disprove Troy's point on this. I'm like, where did Michael Jackson and Leah come into this conversation at? Especially when it comes to rap. We're talking about rap.
He started talking about Malcolm. He started talking about Malcolm X. That's why I say I agree with what he said about like some people gonna think I'm going too deep, and I'm like I understand what you're saying, my brother, but you are going too deep right now, because it's when you go too deep and you go down this rabbit hole, it's like you digging yourself far away from accountability if you go into talking about the issues we have in the Black community. I know we talking about music, but if we want to go into depth into like it's problems that we have into our culture, and we just blame it on white supremacy, sometimes not saying white supremacy don't exist and it don't have no effect on us, but it absolves like us from like any accountability on some things that we need to take control of as well. So that's my whole thing about it. But when I watch now, I understand where he's coming from. He's like some of the stuff they do, like especially in the comments, but he's coming from like he love Black people. He's a pro-Black guy. I understand. I've been that guy.
He's the type to want to give someone a chance. But Troy was not saying don't give these guys a chance. He's just saying look at what happens when you give these people a chance that are stuck in that lifestyle. And just those people, the people that aren't taking like the hip hop serious. But I said on my tweet, we need to let these people grow a little bit to say that.
Yeah, you do. And like one thing about Niles, like I understood he chose some people, but you gotta understand like it's the whole pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Like, oh, since he did it, don't mean he could do it. Like if we go by history, to be honest, bro, most of us don't make it out. Most of us don't make it out the hood. Most of us don't become we was the gangster rapper and we become the biggest rapper and then we get to grow. Some of us be still 1 foot in, 1 foot out that lifestyle, and some of our lives get taken away from us. You know what I'm saying? So if we go by the history and go by the numbers, it's leaning more on that side of like we kind of know what's going to happen. Even though it's bad to say, it sucks, but it's also the truth. But I understand. I could tell what Nile Ross is coming from. I get it, but I also understand what Troy said. Two things could be true, bro. That's my whole thing. And sometimes I don't think how we can just say just because he said some stuff you don't agree with. He's either the C word or
Cooning.
he don't understand. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he understands because he's not coming from a mindset of like ignorance, of like
Yeah.
not understand the lifestyle. You know what I mean? He don't
Mhm.
give me that. But some people will not, probably be familiar with his content and just see that video and that clip and just attack. Like that one chick, she just pretty much attacked him, and he pretty much be on her side if you go on the whole Kendrick and
Yeah.
Drake stuff. The Moni, what's
Mhm.
her name? Chilling with Monet or whatever.
Chilling with Moni.
Yeah, it's like y'all gotta understand, like it's people that's on your squad, and y'all just look, bro. I'm gonna leave it off on this, bro. Black people, we like to be considered not a monolith. Only when it comes to things y'all don't agree with.
Mhm.
But if you don't agree with me, it's like I thought we wasn't a monolith. Why
Or
can't
you're
I
anti-black.
yeah, why I can't disagree with you? So we have to all think the same. I need
Wow.
someone, I need to talk to like FD signifier. I need somebody way smarter than me to understand like the whole black person not a monolith. Because if I have a different mindset, I'm either like I'm wrong, I don't know, I'm ignorant, I'm stupid. But I'm like, I've seen both sides, and this is my conclusion of like what I'm thinking. But if I don't think like you, I'm this. But
Mhm.
you just said you say we not a monolith because we got criminals, but then we say, oh, they criminals because they white supremacists because of white supremacy
Mhm.
rhetoric. And I'm like, I don't understand what we are, bro. And that it confuses all of us, bro. That's why we don't know what black culture is. Hip hop culture is extension from black. Like we don't know. That's why you can't have a definitive answer. Like what is black culture? Because none of us actually know.
Yeah.
Because we either a monolith or we're not. If you don't agree with us, you're not like us. But I am. If I agree with you, I don't know. I don't understand, B. I don't understand it. And it's really confusing. So that's why I kind of got out. I used to be super like pro black this, blah, blah. But I had to kind of dilute that stuff and just base people off the character, their skin. But even though, I love my people, of course, I'm black. But
Mhm.
I don't just super black it up no more, bro. Cause it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of detrimental at points.
Yeah, I'm not a black people first. I'm a character person first.
Yeah.
Because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. God dang it. That's what I
And
keep
no,
saying
and
on
we
this
and bro,
platform.
we say stuff like that. We have all different type of terms to let us know that we're not the same. But when somebody don't do something that you do, oh, you're not black. And I'm like, oh, you don't know how to, oh, you lacking culture nuances. So like you don't I'm like, huh? I don't know.
This is
It's all confusing, bro. I need
this
to
gets in that red pill
get
territory where
get
it just
FD
gets
on the
scary.
phone, bro. I need to talk to somebody smart. I need to understand this.
Yeah, because I think obviously he's able to articulate and break it down to a minute level. But I don't want it
Yeah.
to be broken down to that much of a minute level, especially when it comes from a conversation that was taken out of context.
Yeah.
Like all this could have been solved if you would have just watched the video. That's
Hmm.
my main point. It's like you can't, to me, now I'm going into creator culture, clip culture. Watch the video. You want people to watch your full YouTube video of you
Hmm.
explaining all this, and you're an artist. You would want someone not to just watch a piece of your song that sucks and be like, no, 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 that whole song sucks. No, you want someone to listen to the whole song. Why don't you watch the clip or watch the full video that it comes from? I get it, like the clip is to get engagement, but like I said before, B, does the clip not inspire you? Be like, what
What
is he
else is he
saying? Let me
saying?
let me watch this in full context because you might just be trying to catch my attention right here. Let me watch this in full context. But now you're making a whole video based off a Twitter, like an actual tweet, not the part of the video that was attached to the tweet either. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
this is insane right now. To me, this is what's also hurting hip hop discussions as well because you're just strawmanning the argument, making a
Mhm.
little point that Troy was not trying to make, and trying to argue based off of that.
And
But
just
Troy was never making that point.
and then make it so deep into a whole
It
nother
made it a whole different conversation because it's like Troy wasn't saying that. And then plus Lefty Gunplay ain't black.
right. And that's what got me speaking on the other elements of the conversation, because I'm like, this didn't warrant that if you listen to the full video. But
It didn't.
we're here
I didn't
talking
to me,
about
that was
white
the
supremacy
least
rhetoric.
important. That was the least important part of the video. When I watched the full video, I actually gave him a comment and told him some of the stuff that I really liked. Basically, asking like, what was the last album that you really loved or listened to? So for him to get that one point and just go crazy off of that, I'm just like, I get it if Troy was literally saying that. I'm like, but he wasn't. I'm like, this is straw manning the argument, and this isn't an argument made in good faith. You just wanted to take a jab at Troy because, and he said it, I believe, in the video, and people said it in his comment sections how they watch a few Troy videos, they don't like him. And so they've already written him off based off of one or two opinions that they've seen, and they only seen him being brought up because of the whole Kendrick and Drake beef. And I'm just like, okay, so you just have a lot of people that don't like Troy already, that are already coming here in bad faith, going to badmouth or down talk Troy. And like I said, I'm not trying to come to Troy's defense or anything like that. But for me, I want to evolve the space, B. I want to have better conversations in the space. If you want to have a good discussion size conversation, you need to come here with good faith. You need to come here like you already like, yes, you can already not like this person coming into this conversation, but come in to listen, not to react. And to me, that's what he did. He looked at the tweet, he looked at something just to react and poke out and take out and react to rather than just actually fully listen and try to get a comprehension or understanding of what Troy was trying to say.
Yeah.
That's just my thing. I want better conversation in the space.
Same. I just like to have different conversations as well. I just don't want all of us to think the same as well either. I don't want to, like we say, we don't want to be in the echo chamber. We want to hear different ideas just to, different ideas inspire other ideas, make you look at things in different ways. So we need that. Like I understand. That's why I said, like, I respect both perspectives. I just don't like the way, it was handled to get to that perspective. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't warrant, but I understand your perspective. I just don't agree with how you went about it. You didn't even get the full story. If he did this and watched the full video, I'm like, okay, how did you get this? It's just something you want to say about him. You know what I mean? But I don't know if he watched the full video. I don't think he did.
And see, that's where my content creator and my comprehension skills, I'm just like, for me, I could get that point, like I said, if Troy was making that point Nile Ross was trying to go at. But Troy was not making that. So it's like you're going on this whole long tangent when literally you could just watch that little clip that Troy put up. And you just be like, oh, he wasn't saying that. Like, I just did that for no reason. I get it if you want to get your video off, but also you probably want to get some Troy hate off too, because people probably will most likely know who Troy is if you're watching something.
People don't like Troy. People don't like Troy. It's hilarious. He even said, he's like, he can't believe we like him or whatever. What did he say? Like, there's some guys that I guess they like me.
One hip hop channel that likes me. Look, I love Troy's content because I do not agree with him half the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I respect the takes. I respect it because he can articulate his takes. He can come there. He has a good sense of humor. I'm just like, okay, I can respect this. I don't agree with you all the time.
I don't. Yeah,
but I respect.
Like, one thing, I could like your content and not agree with you, and like I like that. Like I'm saying, me. Like I told you, I listen to people all the time I don't agree with, just because I want to stay in their point of view and how I can, like, okay, no, look at it this way. Like, it gives me more ideas. Or Troy could say something, I'll be like, dang, I never looked at it like that. And then it makes me add on more to how I feel on my, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Some people just don't, like, some people like, I don't want to hear it.
It depends, because I tried to do your advice, B, and last night, I just had to do a whole Twitter cleanse. I just had to start following people because people are so quick to, if you have a disagreement with them, they'll hit you with a, ain't this you? And it shows that you following them, but they don't follow you. So I'm like, nope, I'm following everybody that don't follow me back. I said, F that.
Oh man,
with that just because I disagree with you, because a lot of people are sensitive. That's why in this clip right here, or in this part of the subject, the topic, I'm not gonna put Nile Ross's clip up because I don't know how he gets down with that, and I don't want him to copyright us.
Right on.
But I do want to have a good faith conversation if he does want to talk about it further on in the comment section. He wants to make a reaction video as well. But
no problem.
I'm coming here with good faith. I just want to further the discussion because I think that some things were just taken out of context, and I think it was just really good to address and have that dialogue. So that's just how I feel. Let us know what y'all think about that comment section down below if y'all watch both of those videos, and if who was in the right.
They probably haven't.
Yeah,
that's like the underground of YouTube. Like it's like the underground of like YouTube rap.
But if they watch this video, B, they might know.
I'm saying we the underground of like
Oh yeah.
we the super underground of
Oh
hip
yeah.
hop, rap hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We on the up and coming.
Yeah. Let us know in the comment section down below. But let's get to the last topic, B, the 67th annual Grammy Awards conversation. Let's go
Yes,
ahead and talk about it.
sir.
B, I think Kendrick Lamar, he went to the janitor's closet. He had to get that broom. Sweep.
And he had
That's
to
all
do
he
a
had to
sweet
do.
B.
He had to do a little bit of a sweep. Not the feds did a sweep. Kendrick did a sweep. But yeah,
Hey, get the
last
broom
night,
out.
literally the night before we're filming this, the whole Grammys happened. Some people was happy, some people was mad, some people were saying that some labels, some people might have paid some people off to get some awards. I was seeing that on Twitter. I was like, it's getting nasty in these streets right now. You know, someone won a category that I wanted someone else to win, but we still get sports over here, and I'm happy that that person won that award. Let's go ahead and go over some of these awards real quick. The ones with the black people, because that's the ones we care
Yeah.
about. Record of the year. Kendrick Lamar won that with Not Like Us.
hmm
Album of the year. Beyonce won that with Cowboy Carter. Good thing that wasn't country album of the year.
She won
Song.
country album of the year.
I know. I was leading up to
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Song of the year. Again,
not
Not
like
Like
us.
Us. Whew, where's that broom when you need it? Best new artist,
hmm
Chappelle Rowan, which is someone that we both listened to last year. We both
hmm
did not favor.
Yeah, not my
Uh,
thing.
Not gonna go over producer of the year. Do we go over songwriter of the year?
No,
No.
I didn't put that on there. My
Uh,
list. You got
I'm looking.
best progressive R&B album. I
Uh,
put No
No Worries,
Worries.
which is dope. That's
Voila
dope.
was dope.
Yeah.
Best R&B album, Chris
Chris
Brown.
Brown, 1111 the Deluxe. It looks like I'm gonna have to listen to that album, baby. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
R&B rap. Okay, best R&B performance. Mooney Long on Made for Me, the live
hmm
version. Best
Best
traditional
R&B
R&B
song. Yeah,
song.
oh yeah.
That's You by Lucky Day.
Best
Best
R&B
R&B
song,
song.
SZA,
Saturn.
right?
Yeah, which
hmm
I wish Residuals by Chris Brown was on here. I definitely think that should have won if it would have got nominated, but it didn't. Best aggressive, we already said that. Best R&B album, we already said that. Best rap performance, this goes to Kendrick Lamar. Not Like
Not
Us.
like us.
Best melodic rap performance, which this one was a surprising one, and I
Yeah,
was like, this is a W right here.
Rap
Rhapsody
City.
featuring Erica Badu, 3 a.m.
Friend of the show. Family.
Yeah, we actually both talked about her album last year, and that was our sleeper album of the year last year, I believe, too, as
hmm
well. So yeah,
And we
make
put
sure
it,
y'all go
it's in the
check out,
top, it
please.
was in our top 10, right?
Oh yeah,
We
it
put it
was.
in. Yeah,
So
we
yeah,
put
check
it in
out
there. Yeah.
Rhapsody's Please Don't Cry. We thought that was both a good album.
Really
Uh
good album.
Best rap song. Like I said, I wish Yeah Glow would have won, but Not Like Us
Whoa.
won.
Hell no.
When we was doing our predictions, which I rewatched our predictions, I
hmm
was like, oh, it'd be cool if Yeah Glow won. I'm like, but I said that Not Like Us not winning anything
Yeah.
would be criminal at these records. I mean, at this award show.
Yeah.
Best rap album. Now, this is one where I said which one I wanted to win would have been the
Yeah.
Common and Pete Rock one, but I knew that wasn't going to win because what did we say, B? Even though we could have the discussion later with
hmm
other people in the comment section, it's like you said, the Grammys is inconsistent. One year they get it right, one year they don't. B,
hmm
this year did they get it right?
I think they was all right. I think it
All
was
right.
cool.
Best rap
It's
album,
kind of
Alligator Bites Never Heal by Doechii. She won
yeah.
rap album of the year. I'm not mad at this. As long as
Me neither.
Eminem didn't win. As long as Eminem didn't win. That was my thing.
Yeah, nah, I'm not mad at this. It's kind of the same boat of Killer Mike winning last year.
Well, I think the
Yeah, that's no
Common and Pete
big.
Rock one would have been more of that one, but yeah.
You think so?
I think
They more established.
oh no, wait. What established isn't what? Because Killer Mike is established too, in terms of
Not
like
as
what?
established as freaking Travis Scott and all other people that was on the
Oh, you mean
list.
in the mainstream? I thought you meant as an
Yeah,
artist in the rap game in general.
nah, and Doechii on her come up.
Oh, okay, then yes, I agree. Okay, but
Even
yeah,
though Killer Mike, yeah, he's technically established. He's Killer Mike, but I'm talking
yeah.
about in the eye of other people.
Yeah, because a lot of people was like, "Who's Killer Mike?" Even though this year, who's Doechii?
Yeah, that's what I'm
I was
saying.
like, similar
It's the
voice,
same. It's the same thing.
which made me think like, "Dang, okay, hip hop is winning in this one." Like I said, as long
Mhm.
as Eminem didn't win, I'm good.
Oh my
But also, I
god.
wouldn't want My Delete Later to win either, though. No, it doesn't. I
Yeah.
like it, but it's not
I
Grammy
think
worthy.
looking at the list, I think Doechii. It was either Doechii or P Rock for me in common, but I think Doechii would have got it because she had more of a push this year.
I'm not gonna lie. Remember, I saw our video. You predicted Eminem was gonna win, which we know why.
Yeah.
and we was like, okay, it's either going to be Eminem or Future on Metro Boomin because those
For
are
real?
the albums. Yeah, we both predicted that because it was like these are the albums that was making the most noise, and you know
Mhm.
Eminem is Eminem.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it for what we really care about. Unless you want to care about the jazz parts, B, we can have the
Nah, I didn't
discussion.
even look at that. Excuse me. I didn't even look at it.
Oh,
I
but
rock with old
Beyonce,
jazz.
Cowboy Carter is the winner of the best country album. She went over
Yup.
Post Malone, B. How could she?
Hey man, it's
But
Beyonce, bro. You know what they
yeah,
did.
oh, hey, pull little strings and ties at Rock
You
Nation.
know, we talked about it. We talked about it last year when we talked about the Grammys. We
What?
was doing a
Oh yeah,
pod
yeah, yeah,
about,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I talked about what Jay-Z said.
Hmm.
He was just leading up to what they better do next year.
Hey, he said, "Y'all better, or else we pulling out of everything."
Yeah. How you
Go
gonna have
ahead.
the most Grammys, but not an album of the year? How that work? She just didn't win it, bro. Can't win them all.
Mm. But
Mhm.
yeah, B, where do we start off with this? Because Kendrick did a sweep last night. A lot of people saying, "Oh, look at the Canadian tux that he has on," which I
Oh,
didn't really
denim on
care for.
denim.
Yeah, which I didn't know that's what a Canadian tux was. I'd never heard
Hmm.
of a Canadian tux besides the one song by Devin Malik.
Hmm.
Doechii winning, being the third female woman to win
Artist
the
to win the rap
best,
album of the year.
which was dope. Even though I think Cardi snubbed a few people. Okay, but that was dope to see Doechii win. It was dope to see Kendrick win all them awards. I didn't know it was
Hmm.
going to be that big of a sweep because I didn't know he was nominated as much because I didn't remember. We already talked about the
Hmm.
nominations, but I didn't realize how many times he was nominated because imagine if GNX was on that list for best rap album of the year. You think it would have won, B?
If it was on there, yeah, it would have won.
That boy
Oh,
Kendrick
for
was
album of the
sweeping.
year?
Yeah, best rap album of the year. Best rap album of
Oh,
the
it
year.
would have won for best rap album of the year. Yeah.
That boy Kendrick was sweeping last night, B. Hey, he
Nah, he
had
was
all the
killing it.
words. Yeah.
He was
Then
killing it.
everybody on the crowd was singing his song too.
Oh
A lot
yeah.
of people were talking about how Dr. Dre and Lucian Grange were high-fiving. B, how do you
Hey.
feel about that? I know that those are your two worst enemies, especially as a nation of Drizlam.
Oh my
Drizlam.
God. I'm
How
not
do
an
you feel
Ace of
about this, B?
Jerusalem. Nothing. I didn't even see it. I watched the Grammys. I didn't even notice that.
No, I saw the clips of it. People was putting up
Yeah.
clips. Like people was putting up the clip of Doechii rolling her eyes at the Trevor Noah joke about immigrants.
About immigrants. Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that clip.
I saw the clip of Glorilla screaming, going crazy at Beyonce winning. I don't know which award Beyonce won. It was either best
Yeah.
country album or
Probably
best
was
album of
best
the year.
country album.
Yeah, but yeah, Glorilla was going crazy. There was
Yeah.
a bunch of clips there that were funny. People was crying, was saying like, "Oh, Billie Eilish
Billie
didn't win."
Eilish. Nah, she didn't win nothing. She had a good performance in the beginning of the show.
Hmm.
Doechii performance was really good. She
How was
killed
how was
that.
the show, B?
It was good. It's some performances I like. I like Doechii. Bro, Doechii killed that joint. I like Teddy Swim's performance. Shabuzi was okay. I like Billie Eilish, like I said. Who else performed that I liked? The
Did Beyonce perform?
Chappelle Rowling chick she did. I didn't care for that.
Didn't she have some speech that she was talking about the
Yeah, she
labels or something
was
like
like
that?
getting on her labels. I was like, all right, she throwing little shots. Okay. I think those like Janelle Monáe had a horrible performance as
Was
Michael
that the one where
Jackson.
she was saying F Nelly or something like that?
Nah, that was at the after party.
Oh, okay.
She's like she was performing like she was on coke. I love you, Quincy. It was like a Quincy Jones. They did a
A
Quincy
tribute.
Jones like tribute.
Yeah, they
She
said
was
that was the
horrible.
only thing that was snubbed at the awards last night was a Quincy
That was
Jones
horrible.
tribute.
That was horrible. Janelle Monáe, bro, get your little short ass off the stage, bro. Like you really good at performing, but that was bad, bro. That's bad. But
Yeah.
I think the show was good. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? But Doechii,
Mm.
like I said, no, like Doechii talented, bro. She did all that in roller skates. She was killing it.
Yeah, I
She was
saw it.
killing
And
it.
I'm like, God dang. I know
She
there was
killed it,
some
bro.
DJ that was like, oh, I'm a Grammy Award winning DJ now. I'm like, okay, that's dope. Devin Malik was celebrating on Twitter saying, I'm an
Yeah,
award winning Grammy producer now, or Grammy
yeah.
Award winning producer.
We're
And I was
winning.
like,
That's dope.
last night was Chris Brown's second Grammy he's ever won
Yeah,
with
we know
11
what we
Live.
know what happened to Chris Brown, bro.
Yeah, sadly. But yeah, I
Yeah,
was just like, dang. Even though he won his first Grammy after, the whole situation.
yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, I was like, okay, this is Chris
But I'm
Brown's
saying,
only
he
second.
was young. You gotta understand, most people start getting as he get older, and he's been
Yeah.
putting out. He could be winning a lot, way more for all the
Oh
stuff he's
yeah.
been doing.
I agree.
Yeah.
We know why though. Even though some
Hmm.
people was being blasphemous on TL saying, "Oh, he's a nobody."
Yeah.
It's Chris
I.
Brown. Chill out.
Hmm.
But yeah, some of the people that was dressed up there, I guess Kai confronted Elliot Wilson about the whole streaming thing. Kai
Oh
confronted
yeah, that was funny.
Complex. Uh, I guess the whole big fiasco of like, I guess the two little reporters or journalists kind
Oh,
of
with
brushed off
Babyface?
Babyface to go talk to
Cause
Chappelle Rogan.
yeah. I'm like, y'all disrespecting Babyface like that? All right. Then she goes, I'm a huge baby man. Get out of here, girl. You don't know who Babyface
I'm
is.
gonna be
Get out of here.
real. Just because we think Babyface is legendary, I don't think a lot of these journalists are really knowledgeable, especially of
I'm
the.
saying they young. They don't be
Yeah,
knowing.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's youth and cultural things.
You know what I'm saying?
That
She could have been honest, like, yo, I didn't know how big he was in the industry.
yeah, but I'm
Yes,
about to
it's
say,
freaking
especially with
Babyface.
Babyface having more like writing and producing credits rather than being like the front facing of something. So
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people don't know people's pen games like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, overall, it seemed like a pretty dope show. A lot of
It
people
was
was
cool.
excited. A lot of people was
Hey,
happy. A lot of
Kanye
Twitter
pulled
seemed to
up.
be happy.
Kanye pulled
Uninvited.
up and now I don't think he was uninvited. They
That's
said
what there
cuz
was.
just
There was room. That was a
yeah, they were
rumor that
just
he was
saying
invited.
stuff. Kanye pulled up and showed out and left.
Did
And
he?
then they
Did he
told me they
have? Did he
escorted
actually
him
have a
out. He was like
bottle of Hennessy
he was
B?
like he didn't get it. I didn't see the Hennessy.
Mm.
Oh, let me read his Instagram post real quick. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
Let
because
me see.
Kanye went there with his wife, looking a goddamn fool. Her basically looking or being half naked. I'm not really sure if that's her being naked, wearing a see-through dress. I don't know what what Kanye and his wife got going on. Kanye,
I
stop
think
it.
hey, she love it, bro. She's doing it. I don't think he's making her do it.
I don't think so either. And a lot of people are like, they trying to do the power complex thing, and I'm just like, oh my
So
god.
so Kanye tweeted, I mean, Instagram, he posted a picture of Don Lemon, which used to be a CNN reporter. He
Mhm.
goes, This the goofball that started the rumor that me and my wife got kicked out of the Grammys. 3 decades of innovating music and they always like this. You know the word. They always raccoon like this.
Dang, B, was he
Ah.
raccooning if this is true?
Hey man, I don't know, bro. Ye said, hey, Ye went on a crazy Twitter rant. He got stepped on by the Luca trade, and Kanye just been on his ish, bro. He back up to 2 billy. He's like, hey,
Mhm.
don't lower his net worth. He's worth a lot. You know what I mean? He pulled up. Kai said what up to him. He act like he not even act. I don't think he knew who Kai was. And Kai talking about they
Even though
supposed to
he
do a
invited
stream
him
in
to
Japan.
Japan.
And I'm like, bro, I don't think he know who you is, bro. Did you see the clip?
Yeah, I saw it
Kanye
because
was
he was trying to run up, and Kanye was looking like he trying
like,
to brush him off. I'm like, wait,
yeah,
are y'all
Kanye
supposed to do?
like,
Because I think
yeah,
Kyle was supposed to go to Kanye's stream. I mean,
yeah.
Kanye's after party thing or whatever that night, right?
Kanye don't know who that man is. His people probably reached out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kanye was
Didn't
like,
Kanye do an interview with LaBoy or whatever his name is?
yeah, that's his guy. He said
Yeah.
Kendrick demolished his enemy for him.
Yeah. No, he said for now, B. He
For
said
now,
what did he say? He said, dang, I forgot what Kanye said about Drake, but he said something. He said, but that's just for now. He'll come back stronger or something like that. I'm like, this fool right here, Kanye is hilarious. Dog. B, that's his
I
enemy,
want to
B.
make a video. I was thinking about like making a video about like just Kanye, bro. Like, what is wrong with Kanye? What
Hey,
happened,
B, that's
bro?
his enemy, B. That's his arch enemy. That's his arch nemesis, B. This man is 2 generations removed from you. How is this your arch enemy, B? This is like if someone my
This,
brother's age was my arch enemy, B.
yeah,
That's
bro.
it.
Because he took his rank, he took his, his spot.
Mhm.
Kanye was the guy.
Um,
Kanye's so funny, bro. He's so funny.
damn,
Like,
he took down my enemy for now. He'll come back more powerful.
shut up, bro.
That means Kanye knows Drake got something up his sleeve.
We gonna see, bro. We gonna see what Drake got up, man.
But
But
definitely shout out to Kendrick Lamar for winning all of them records.
oh yeah, congrats to Kendrick, congrats to
That
Doechii,
was crazy.
congrats to all the winners, bro. It
We
was
we was talking literally on the video of predictions. You was like, "Do you think he's coming?" And you said no, you didn't think he was coming. I said, "Come on, but he's an industry guy. He's gonna have to show
mhm.
up." Hey,
He
I was
wasn't
right. He is the
because
industry guy.
he wasn't there for the first three wins.
Mhm.
Mustard grabbed him, and I'm like, Kendrick not gonna show. And then the televised version, he was there, right? And then his second award, he didn't pop up, and I was like, is he not there? And then he popped up from the back. I thought he got the other one and then just left
Mhm.
because I didn't think he was gonna. I was like, he's gonna show up, but I understand about the whole like industry stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised that he was there. I was just like, just wondering, like he's been on this whole like, oh, I'm a ghost, I'm nonchalant. But yeah, he
Until it
popped
comes to
out,
some
bro.
industry stuff happening. He's like, "Yo, hi, I still exist. Hey."
Oh, they coming to the Grammys, bro. The Grammys is val. People gotta understand, like we don't care about awards, but it validates a lot for their careers.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, they
it,
care
it
about the
gives them
award.
it gives them the nod, bro. It validate their career. Like, look at Drake. Like, Drake got up there and won a Grammy, and then talked about how it don't matter, but you was there.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
isn't that after that he stopped submitting?
What do you mean? Probably.
Because I think after that he stopped submitting his albums. Like he was like,
Yeah.
I'm not submitting my albums no more.
Was his album there last year?
Her Loss. That was a joint between him and 21 though.
It got submitted though.
Yeah, but you don't want to take away that option from 21 though. That is a joint album. That's like B if you didn't want to be nominated for something, but you know it
But
like
he
meant something for
won.
me. It's like, you know, we know that, oh, I potentially have a chance to win this because it's us. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's one of them plays because besides that, what was the last Drake album that was really nominated? I can't remember. People in the comment section can let me know down in the comment section down below. But I'm pretty sure Drake said that he stopped like nominating his albums or putting his albums up because he doesn't really need Grammy validation, which I'm just like, okay. I'm like, I respect it. He was like, shoot,
He
I used to
don't,
think
but
this
they
voice
need it
box
for
was more.
their careers. Because if he didn't
Yeah.
need it, he wouldn't have used it. Like, now he probably don't need it.
Mhm.
But some people like that.
Yeah. Which, hey, I say it all the time. I said the Grammys tomorrow. I mean, yesterday. It's either gonna like validate some people's opinions on music, or B people gonna be like, oh, the Grammys got it wrong. Like we should never listen to the Grammys ever again.
Mhm.
Which one is it now, guys? We got to be consistent now. It's time for us to
Yeah.
start being.
I-
I'm
like,
happy that
I-
the artists get it. I'm happy that the artists win it, but I don't care, and I don't need it to validate my feelings on the music. I
Yeah,
don't need
it don't.
numbers to
It
validate
just.
it. I don't need awards to validate it.
I feel like it's like, if it's a great album and you really enjoyed it and you see it get rewarded for it, I'd be like, that's dope. Like, but like when you just, I don't think that it's a must. But when it is awarded for it, I think it's a plus. Like, oh, that's dope. Like, it's getting some, get some awards, and like on our stands, like as a listener, it can add something, but it really don't matter. But from the artist, it matters more because,
Mhm.
like I said, Grammy Award nominated, it means something. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it
that's
definitely
for
means
them.
something.
Yeah.
It adds
So
to
like
your resume.
Drake got that on his resume already. It's no need for him to submit it. He's always will be a Grammy Award winner, a Grammy Award nominee.
Mhm.
It don't matter now. And
No.
Kendrick, it's like with Jay-Z, he has the most Grammys out of any rapper.
I thought
Him
him
and
and Kanye
Kanye.
was tied. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
Kendrick
saying.
is now third.
And,
Ooh,
and
that boy
Kendrick's now
Kendrick.
third.
You think he's gonna surpass
Hey,
him? I think he's gonna surpass him.
oh yeah, he will, because he still have a little more left. And like
He
what
still
Drake
has a
said,
longer career ahead
yeah,
of him.
and what Drake said, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody give me my Grammy right now.
1,
Hey,
2,
it's
3,
perfect.
4, 5,
Hey,
7,
plus
8,
five.
whatever.
Hey, Kendrick, Drake, that stuff that aged amazingly, like fine wine.
I think
He said it.
I think all of Drake's bars aged well. They all aged like fine wine. B. Don't you
Oh
agree?
no, some of them spoiled like milk.
You didn't make the whole connection, B. I just made the
Mother,
whole connection.
mother, ah. No,
But yeah,
Drake
overall,
was wilding.
yeah, overall, I thought that was a pretty good show. A lot of people was trying to make it about Drake, saying, "Oh, Drake, he must be somewhere crying right now." And I'm just like, this man is about to prepare to drop an album. Look, and this is why I said that like Drake and Kendrick, they about to be like the Nas and Jay-Z, where they step on each other. Like Nas could announce something, Jay-Z gonna step on it. Look, Kendrick won all them awards. Now Drake announcing his collab project with Party on.
But the
Nas
Super
soundtrack.
Bowl this weekend.
I know. Hey, this is about to be a fun rivalry. See, this is the type of rivalry that I want in hip hop. A fun, friendly rivalry where y'all can step on each other, but it's
it's
fun.
not no fun, B.
For me,
it's not fun.
It's fun for me.
I'm talking about for them. Drake going through it, B.
But B, Drake said he's not hurt. Why do you think he's hurt? Come on, B. B.
I've been hurt before, and I know a hurt man when I see one. And I never been hurt at that level. B, he got lawyers involved. He's hurt.
But B,
It's
defamation.
hurting them pockets.
You gotta think about defamation, B.
Yeah, you really gotta think about defamation in a rap battle.
He said some mean things to Drake on those songs, and Drake isn't gonna stand for it. God dang it!
Hey, Drake signed a waiver. He know what he was getting into.
Hey,
it's an unspoken agreement, B. It's an unspoken
I
agreement.
thought you meant he actually signed the waiver.
Nah,
that's been rumored. That's been kind of rumored.
It's an unspoken agreement in hip hop battles. Whatever says is how it is.
Yeah, whatever happens goes, basically.
I'm saying it's unspoken agreement. It's the way of the game.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because Drake isn't hip hop like everybody else says. I don't.
You out of hip hop now, B. He out of hip hop, B.
Not for
They
me.
kicked him
Because
out.
when that album comes out on February 14th, best believe I'm jamming that.
But it's
When
R
his
and B,
new album
B.
comes out,
It's R&B.
hey, he's gonna be rapping on there. And when his new rap album comes out, whenever that comes out, I'll be listening.
I might.
Nah,
I
I won't.
don't go. I don't go to Drake albums
For the
like
show,
that.
B. You gotta get the content.
Oh yeah, we gonna watch it. I mean, listen to it for the show, but I'm not jumping to it.
I am. Me
Yeah.
personally,
I'm just.
because
Yeah,
I'm ready to hear what he got to say after all this. This
Drake
is
gonna
be
have a
very
lot.
interesting
He gonna have a lot to say.
But also, I want to hear what the next Kendrick album is going to sound like, especially if it's not going to be like a GNX Part 2.
Hey, he gonna talk about how Kendrick's anti-Semitic. You said I'm not like you. Is it because I'm a Jew? That's all.
Oh man,
You said I was childish, but I was just Jew. No, Jew.
let me go ahead and save the
But
show.
I'm about to
All
be
right,
on my
guys.
grown-ish. Oh my bad. Let me chill out.
Well, I'll
What?
say B. I'm not trying to be part of that lawsuit either, B. I'm not trying to be part
Oh,
of that lawsuit.
hey, that's just for streamers, B.
Hey,
We're
look,
not
look,
streamers.
get that half of the camera right there. Get that half
Yeah.
of the show right there on the
Hey,
lawsuit.
just
Don't get
cut
me
my
in there.
audio. Cut my audio off.
But yeah,
But yeah,
that's
that's
about
it.
That's about all I have to say about the Grammys. It seemed like a dope show. A lot of people seemed happy with the contestants that won.
Oh yeah, it was a crazy night. Of course, a lot of eyes was gonna be on it because of the night for Kendrick and the battle. So
Mhm.
good night for hip hop. More eyes on it. I wanted to gonna release the numbers and see how the interaction and the numbers was. And
Mm.
just shout out to Rap City for getting her first Grammy. That was just really
Yeah,
dope to
that
see.
was fire. Now that's
Yeah, I like
something.
seeing it. I just wish it was televised, but yeah,
Yeah. We know
yeah,
we know how they do us be,
yeah.
institutionalization and all that.
Yes, white supremacist rhetoric,
Dog whistling.
dog whistling, bro. Who he dog whistling to? The white supremacist? Come on, bro. Bro, think he got white supremacists in his back pocket.
Come on, B. You already
It's a
know.
white supremacist dog whistle. You
Well,
can't
B,
hear it, but they can.
hey, the dog whistle. Hey,
Hey, yeah, the deeper
that's a
it's the
bar.
B. That's the deeper darker. What it's all about.
But B, you got any other closing statements on the Grammys?
On the Grammys, hey man, these awards as listeners, bro, really don't validate anything for you. For them it does. It gets them more money in their pocket. Y'all don't have to take this like y'all getting the money and understand, bro. This is a music industry. It's entertainment, and I feel like we get wrapped into these artists and stuff like they're like our best friends when they just entertainers, bro. They are the court jesters. Without us, they wouldn't exist. They need us to win these awards. They need us for the money. So sometimes the artists have their power, but I feel like sometimes the listener should control, you know, they should have their power as well. And I feel like y'all give these rappers and celebrities too much power over you. And it's kind of disgusting.
I
It's
agree.
pretty nasty.
And y'all get too attached to them too.
Yeah, they do. It's just I've been seeing some just nasty stuff on the timeline. Some guy, I said, man, y'all really care about these rappers too much. And he was like, you think Pink Seafood's hard, so you go over there and stick to mediocrity. I'm like, bro, Pink Seafood is. I just shook my head. I just hit with the. So you just tore down an artist to go at me for no reason, and I'm pretty sure you're not even from. You probably like his music. What'd he do? He went on my page and searched who I like. People
Of
do that,
course.
B.
Yes. That's why someone thought you was a Drake laser, a certain person that tells people to put purple emojis in other people's comments. That's
Oh, yeah.
probably literally why he told you that.
And I'm not a Drake Glazer, bro, at all. If you want to go like sides, even though I'm like in the middle, I will lean more on a Kendrick side if you put me on a team. What are you talking about? I just
But
felt bad for how I don't like when people like not even if I don't like it. I just see the what's is not it don't feel authentic when how the hate is now. Like if
oh,
I
it's the
have
dogpiling.
B
That's what it is.
the
It's
dog
dogpiling.
piling B, if I'm on a live stream and I say if Drake a PDF, they all gonna say yes, knowing they don't have no evidence if this dude actually that. And I'm like, I don't like that. Y'all actually believe that?
CB, I told you. I told you this from the beginning. I said this is bad, and it just got worse since then. God dang it!
It did. And if I
And look,
say,
I'm
but
a
I'm
Drake
saying,
fan.
but no, but I'm just saying, like, I just think that's just nasty. And even if it was happening it happens on the other end. I just think it's just nasty work. But I know it's more on Drake because most of the stuff he lost the battle, and plus the stuff he's doing after the battle was not making it any better. So I'm like, that's why I was like in my video, I'm like, what else? Like, why are you doing this, bro? Are you punking us? Like, stop. Like, stop, bro. Just relax. Go into hiding. Go and hibernate somewhere.
Yeah,
But he
be like
won't.
Kendrick when he drops an album. Just go in hiding after a few years. But he won't though because he generates a lot of revenue. He is one of the most streamed artists. So yeah, that's not gonna happen.
And he can do that without hiding, B. He the most streamed artist and he ain't been putting out music, so he can go hiding.
Well, B apparently, he's fallen off because the music he did put out, it just didn't do well, B. Yeah, people don't add context to these conversations. But that's about it for another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. Let us know what y'all think about that down in the comment section down below. Make sure y'all
Yes,
like,
sir.
subscribe, and support the channel if y'all have not already. Support us on all the other DSPs as well. Follow us on our social links. B, you got any closing notes before we actually head out?
Like I did in the beginning of the show, shout out to the Dallas Mavericks. Shout out to Nico Harrison. You gave us the Lakers the future, and I want to just thank you for that. And I really appreciate you. I think I actually love you. If I ever see you, Nico Harrison, I will give you a hug. You
Not a
have
kiss?
no, not a kiss. You have made my my Laker fandom just be amazing these last few days. And I want to thank you, and I hope you and your family have a blessed year. And what you did for the Laker community, now hold up. I'll just say this. You are what they call it when you nominate somebody in it, but they really not that, but you just give them a nomination, an honorary.
Oh,
You're an honorary Laker fan, Nico, and I appreciate you. That was my kiss.
this man right here. But that's about it. My name is Chase.
And I'm T.
Peace.
Peace.
Yo, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.
Also, people that actually care about the music and are trying to just talk about
and
it.
trying to find new ideas.
Yeah.